Right. No, we're not. Wait, now we're live. Okay.
We're live.
Hi guys.
What's going on?
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Infra-Red.
Alright, it's always good to start this thing out awkward, right? So,
Yeah.
Not that we've
So-
been talking for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's
They
it.
don't
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
know.
Well, we just chat
They
and
don't need
chilling
to
in,
know.
chat, talking about everything. So episode 181, I'm pretty sure.
Woo.
Yes.
181. All right.
Good effort.
So
good
we
effort.
got LASRHORS on.
That's
Go.
it.
Yeah, which is
boy.
two pretty cool dudes that do
That's it.
so much cool shit.
Isaac,
Yeah.
Well, I
Jordan.
shouldn't swear, but you know, like.
Isaac, Jordan.
So yeah, so Isaac, Jordan. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jordan,
Isaac.
Jordan, Isaac,
Jordan.
Isaac,
Jordan.
Isaac, Jordan.
Yeah, Isaac, Jordan.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, there we go. We
Yeah.
got it. Yeah.
We got it.
We got it.
Yeah.
So who are you guys? What do you do? I love saying that. Let's get this ball rolling.
We
Yeah.
make music.
Make
Make
music.
We have for quite a long time.
And
We've
you-
been
and
making
you-
music together since we're about 17, 18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
It all started in his bedroom, ironically enough.
How old are you guys now?
32.
32.
Damn.
Yeah, 32,
Yeah, both born in 1991. So
Yeah, nice,
We
nice.
met in high school band. We both got a scholarship to our high school for playing instruments.
Yeah, yeah.
And we sat next to each other in band and then instantly got separated.
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
like, were they just like, no, you guys are not allowed to sit next to each
So
other.
what instruments did you guys play in the band?
I played saxophone,
Nice.
alto sax,
And I'm a B-flat trumpet player.
B flat trumpet player.
B
Yeah,
flat.
yeah.
I had no idea that was a thing. I was just thought you just
Well,
trumpet player.
That's a regular trumpet,
Okay.
but like different types of trumpets, technically different.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Technically, but I don't know.
Okay.
It's all the
Well, it's
same.
like I said, alto saxophone.
Yeah, alto sax.
Very
yeah.
specifically
It's
alto.
a-
Okay.
He's not
So
a
what's the-
saxophone player, he's an alto sax player.
So what's the difference between saxophone and alto
The
saxophone?
size.
Okay.
Basically, how low you can get the notes.
Like an
Okay.
alto sax
high.
is what you think
Yeah.
a saxophone is an alto sax.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's tenor saxophones.
Yeah, just a
and-
regular
is it-
one.
Is, is,
Yeah,
it, is, it, is it
okay.
tenor and baritone?
Tenor and baritone.
Yeah, baritone.
And then you've got like it's like a piccolo or some
Yeah,
shit. It's
piccolo,
like,
no.
Yeah, right,
yeah,
what's
it looks like
piccolo?
a clarinet.
It looks like-
it's
yeah, it
it's
looks
like, but it's technically a saxophone.
Technically a saxophone, it's got
Yeah.
some other name. Yeah, it's like a saxophone, but it's not a saxophone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No, it's
green.
not,
yeah. Not Dragon Ball Z.
Ah,
Yeah.
look for saxophone.
Yeah, there we go.
No,
so
no,
that's a
but
piccolo.
there's like a saxophone that looks like a piccolo. It's like,
Okay.
Anyway, I didn't
saxophone.
play that one. So
Yeah, you sure you did?
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
close
Oh
enough.
yeah, you played that one.
Saxophone.
Yeah. So how long have you guys been like? So were you playing music before that then, or like that was your first time picking up an
Well, maybe we
instrument?
should talk about
Yeah,
like
well,
what made us want to. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, my first time picking up an instrument, I would have been 10. And
Okay.
I just, at my primary school, just they just did a musical test.
Was it an A minor trumpet?
No. They just gave us a, what's
trying
it
to
called?
trigger him.
Like, eyes twitch a little bit. Just, they gave us like
yeah.
a music test, and anyone that had rhythm, they were like, okay, cool, we'll send you off to John Forrest, like, you know, rep John Forrest.
Yeah, okay.
To
Anyone
go
that
learn
had
how to play an
rhythm.
instrument.
Oh, so you
Anyone that
got-
could count to 4.
Yeah,
So
anyone that
you
could
got a
count to
scholarship
4.
almost? For
No,
it?
I got and they taught me how to play an instrument there.
Yeah, yeah.
I did that for 2 years, and then the only way I got into my high school, which was La Salle, because they didn't want to accept me because I wasn't baptized and I didn't come from a Christian school.
Yeah.
And all this stuff, but
Catholic.
I got into Catholic. I don't know, whatever.
Nice, yeah, yeah.
I didn't come from a religious school or background. The only reason I actually got into the school was because I got the scholarship for music.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
But the condition of me going to school was I had to play in the band for my entire duration of me being at the school.
Yeah.
That's like the condition of me being there. Kind
And
of
so that's where you met
then,
Isaac.
Yeah, and so my granddad played saxophone, and then when he came over here, 1953, I think it was, he brought a whole bunch of saxophones with him. So he just taught me one day. Yeah, taught my older brother and then taught me. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, we've always just had music in the family.
Ironically,
cool.
I met his oldest brother through at the band as well. Actually, because he
Yeah,
played
yeah,
sax
that's
in the
right.
band
Yeah,
with us,
my older
yeah.
brother played. Yeah, of
He
course.
played sax in the
Yeah.
band with him. Yeah, yeah. It was
Sweet,
quite
okay.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we both got music scholarships. Well, we were.
Yeah, 12 when we first met. Yeah, would
It
have
was
been.
year seven. Year seven, because
Yeah, yeah.
we were both at school.
Well, we were
as
both
year
at primary
sevens.
school, and then because this was back in the day when high school was year
Started
8.
year 8. Yeah.
Yeah, not year 7 like it does now.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
cool.
we were in
then.
year
Yeah.
7 at primary school, and we both used to go to La Salle to do band practice for the band to get prepared for the next year.
Yeah.
And so did you guys just stick with just those instruments, or do you move on to
Um,
other ones at all? Or
I stopped playing saxophone after a while. Just honestly, it just hurt my lips. It just It just hurts
That's
after
my
a while,
lip.
bro. Like, you're biting your lips like the whole fucking time you're playing, and it smells like spit. And like I don't know if you've ever smelt like a woodwind,
Yeah,
like a reed, like
yeah, the flutes they used to get at school, like the little ones.
yeah.
And
So I
just like,
started
don't
playing.
clean them.
Yeah, it's gross, man. Exactly. So I started playing guitar instead,
Yeah.
and then I don't know. I just
I
kind of
stayed
gave
with the
that up one
trumpet
day.
until I was about 18. Probably I played in like a community band.
Yeah, okay.
You played in like a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff.
I played in like a community marching band, basically.
Yeah.
And,
Sweet,
so
okay.
I did like a few years under. He was like a major in the army, so he was like the head conductor of the army for like 30 years. And then he went out, and when he left the army and he retired, he decided to make his own marching band outside of that, and he did like a community marching band thing. It was like super cool, and I played with him for a couple of years. And then his son ended up becoming the music director at my high school, ironically enough.
Yeah,
Which was very funny because
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to
Yeah,
refer
true.
to him by his first name. He's like, you have to treat me as a teacher at school. And I'm just like, bro, we spend like,
Yeah.
we've been hanging out for the last
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 years, and he's just like, I know. I was like, you have to call me Mr. Milne at school. You know, you can't.
That's terrible.
You can't
It just
call me
be like
Chris. So I
first
was
name
just like,
basis. Yeah.
Yeah, well, but no, it was super cool, and learnt lots at high school. Playing
shout
for
out.
instruments. I had a really really good music teacher. David Way, actually, he was quite a few of the
Rest
brass
in
instruments.
peace.
Yeah, ripped him. He passed away a few years back, but he was an absolutely amazing teacher.
He was great.
Amazing conductor, kept us two in line somehow. The only music teacher we ever found that did, and there's like a few other people that I'd know or that would probably know him from the music.
We were
community back in
little
those
shits
days.
sort of thing back then, and he
Yeah,
would
troublemakers.
he would
Yeah.
put it straight back at us.
Put us,
yeah.
put it straight back, yeah.
Which
put
was
it straight
good,
back at
it-
us,
yeah.
Which is exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bambi.
Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
Scranton, represent.
Hey, Bambi.
No whores, no party.
Hey.
No horse, no party.
No horse, no
Yeah,
party.
no, not
No
horse.
horse, no
What's
party.
going on,
Yeah.
Also,
Stinky?
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
true.
That's
So then,
it.
so from that, where did you guys go from there? Because like after school, like when did you get into production?
I guess, yeah,
and, like,
well, he left school in year 10, and I stayed at school year 11 and 12. And
Yeah.
then,
Oh, year 11 I did.
I think
I
you
just
did
didn't do
11,
year
didn't
12.
You? No, you didn't do
yeah.
year 12, that's right, yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I'm too ADD for like a
Yeah.
class environment. I was
Um,
learning heaps of shit off Google at the time
And
anyway.
then, yeah, like after I left school, I got my license. I remember I was just hanging out one day, and I just literally called him up, and I was like, "Oh, do you want to go to the pool and hang out?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, cool." It was like 30 degrees, and then we just started hanging out again. And then I was down at his
Super.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
And he was working on some random. I think it was Marge Step was one of the original.
Oh
songs
yeah,
we
that's
worked on
yeah.
together.
This is going back like pre-Laserhorse days, like
This
when
is-
I was just dicking
that
around
video
in
might even
Fruity
be on
Loops. Because
YouTube still, I don't know, but
I think I checked the other day. It's private, but I'll
Oh,
make
okay.
it. I'll
So
make
what
it.
was it called? Marge.
It's
Step?
Marge
Marge
Step.
Step.
It was
So
just
it's
some
just
ru-
like some dubstep song that I made. It went for like 10 seconds, and
Yeah.
it was just Marge.
yeah, Marge
Simpson
doing like a
dancing
funny
around,
thing,
like-
and then we were
So
like made
stupid,
that, and we
man.
laughed about it, and then
I
we
forgot
ended up-
about that, dude.
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure that was the first thing we ever worked on together. now that I
yeah.
think about
Because
it.
what did you guys make videos alongside the music then?
Well, it started.
so I have been
was already
making
making
videos
videos, yeah.
since I was like 12 years old. I think the earliest thing I ever edited was like a stop motion, like Lego thing
Okay.
that I did with my brother.
Oh.
And like I'd keep trying to find that. And
Oh, you can't find it?
No, it sucks because I was so young in that, right? But I learned how to like get the footage onto the computer, like cut it all up, blah 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 blah. But then I sort of naturally moved to, something like Fruity Loops, just to I don't know work on sound.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so then how did you guys find the Fruity Loops? Like
Well,
easy
it
to
was
use, or-
probably like because of the whole video thing. I mean, I just tried to find some tools that were good
Yeah,
for
good,
editing.
yeah.
Like if anybody out there knows how Fruity Loops works, it's a lot different to like Ableton. Like you can just slap sounds down wherever the hell you want. So
Yeah.
it's an easy thing to pick up, kind of thing.
A lot of people say it's better than Ableton.
I absolutely love it. So
Yeah.
while we're on the topic, like I'm a Fruity Loop main.
Yeah, Fruity
if you
Loop
could
die
say
hard.
that,
so
yeah.
Well, it's crazy because that Afrojack, Martin Garrix, Tiesto, and Tiesto might have moved over to Ableton now, but everyone, Deadmau5 as well. Deadmau5 actually helped create
Yeah, man.
Fruity
yeah.
Loops back
Like
in
they
the day.
say, it's the quickest way from your brain to your ears. I
Yeah,
think the old
interesting.
tagline for Fruity Loops was.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's why I picked it up. Like that was.
And shout out to Soldier Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Soulja
we-
Boy.
Boy.
Crank that.
Well, how much he's been defending Fruity Loops throughout the years.
It's so good. Yeah.
Wait, has he been defending Fruity
Yeah,
Loops?
and I mean, like
Championing Fruity Loops, I'd say, is a better word for it.
we've seen a lot of really cool features come out of Fruity Loops lately as well. Like just a lot of quality of life. Obviously, they've got someone competent, obviously, that's been using Fruity Loops their whole life and have just stepped in and been like, why are we doing things this way? Because they've just made things a lot easier, you know. Like one of the notable things is the stem separation thing with, I think it's what, 21.2 or something like that. We can like right click on a song and then separate it into its stems, so like its drums.
Really?
It's like, you know, synth. Yeah, look it up.
You can't do that on Ableton, right?
No way.
Yeah, okay.
So I've been doing this for a while, like using a little program called Splitter, I think.
Yeah.
Because I do a little bit of like programming in my spare time kind of thing. So I found this program, Splitter. It's like an acapella maker. You put a song in and you can just pull like the acapella from any song.
Yeah.
And it seems to work. It seems to work similar to that. Splitter. Nah, it's like Splitter, I think. SPLEETER.
Okay.
By a company called Deezer, I think.
Yeah, the GitHub.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, it's going to be a GitHub thing, so that's really cool.
Everyone's favorite website to try and navigate.
So if you type in just acapella extractor, like a lot of these websites, that generic acapella extractor websites, they'll use this as the back end. But I mean, this is just for anybody who actually gives a shit, right?
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I mean, it looks like Fruity Loops they've integrated this into Fruity Loops, so now you don't need to use. Yeah, see, this is a website I use. Shout out to Acapella Extractor. Gave that guy a couple bucks one time because I know how much resources that shit uses up on your own computer. So yeah.
But then, so with that, so like you started making the Marge step.
Yeah,
with Marge dancing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, first ever track, and then
and that's just.
I think our first release track would have been Kanunji. Would it have been
Kanunji?
Kadunji, yeah. Shout out Andre.
Are you guys signed to any record labels or anything at all? Or?
Well, PG, like we've.
Publishing,
Yeah.
And
if you're watching, we're gonna play this music.
Yeah.
We better not get copyright strike
You
for
will.
this.
Yeah, actually will.
Where will we actually?
Yeah, that's something that I've been. Well, not all of it. If you look at that Rain Dance set, anything that has Pulp Glitch and Records like written next to it, because we've only really released, you know, you know, shit with distributed crap like through. What do you call it? Through John and Ewan. But that's something that I've had to deal with lately.
Yeah,
you won't get copyright stricken. It'll just say that it's detected a copyright song, and then you can request a review. Like I said, like with what's it called?
Copy strike, thanks Ewan. But
Just
cheers, Ewan.
if you hover over underneath, like around there, if you find one that doesn't say. You know, like that Bloodstains, that's fine. The next one, that's fine. If it says Pulp Glitching, then we can't play it.
Probably
Otherwise,
not that
it'll.
one. That one you could. That's all.
But the thing is, you can request a review, and then because like Symphonic or Pulp Glitching, obviously, are like, you know, they don't care that much, you know, like it'll work, you know, but it detects it, you know. So I suppose if you played a couple of our tracks and had what's it called, Shazam, like it would actually pick up a couple of them, which is it's a new experience for me.
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool.
But also like, well, I've been doing a little bit of Twitch streaming lately, just, you know, because it's fun, you know, there's like this interactive sort of crap, not on Twitch, on YouTube, I should say. And I had the Rain Dance set in the background, and so once the stream was over and that got uploaded to YouTube, it pinged a whole bunch of the songs that I heard in the background that were my own songs. So that's like a new landscape I'm trying to navigate.
Yeah, that's nuts because it's your music.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys made the music. And then it's just like, you know, but this doesn't belong to you. It's like, no, I wouldn't call it
a negative. It's just something that I've got to deal with.
Well, see, we had an episode with a guy called Ben Renner.
Yeah.
And so Ben Renner, he's an ARIA award-winning music like producer, right? Yeah. But he literally said at the beginning of the episode, "My name is Ben Renner, and I give authorization to play the music."
Yeah. Okay.
And so he played his own music, and then we got taken down off YouTube for it. But at the same time, it's like we combated it, and it took us like 3 weeks to get that video back up on YouTube. But it's like we're literally interviewing the guy
who made it.
Yeah.
It's a whole automated system.
Yeah.
Like it's something new to navigate. Like I said. Yeah.
So what type of music do you guys actually make then?
This here is like, it's all Breaks House as a blanket, or like house music is our blanket thing, but like in different parts of the set, it kind of like, I try and like vibe it to be like, or have like a more 4/4 stuff to lead into like, to get everyone into the rhythm and the beat and get everyone grooving, and then I'll switch to our more breakbeat stuff where things start getting weird, the beats start to break up around the middle. That's like usually the 20-minute to 40-minute mark.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
I'll kind of bring it back into like a 4/4 or like a semi 4/4 finish. Usually is the way I like to do
So
it. Or
we
like I'll
should
try and
say-
break things up like that a little
Yeah.
bit. So I try
That'd
to
be so funny though. It's like the
like,
DJ
yeah.
they're playing after you, and you're playing like 6x8 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you mix this?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
We should say, yeah, we make, we DJ all our own music.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's all
Not sure if we've mentioned that.
all original. Yeah.
Strictly 131 BPM for a lot of it, but
Okay.
we've sort of been dabbling in a multi-genre kind of thing, you know?
But yeah, all current LASRHORS tunes are 131 BPM.
But then, how did you guys
Exactly.
come about doing that? When did you realize, like, just think like,
The
oh,
golden BPM. Hey?
yeah, like, well,
Well,
yeah, how did
128,
We
you know,
started
like the
at
128, like
yeah.
golden BPM, you know about that?
Well, kind of not golden BPM, but they say it's like that's your heart
Well,
rhythm or something.
128
Some shit like
128
that.
BPM is
Yeah.
really nice, right? Because 128 BPM song is what is it, 60?
No, because that's 120.
No,
so
it's
it
like-
doesn't line
No,
up.
no, there is. There's like it lines up to be exactly 1 minute for a phrase.
It's
usually, but
64,
it's like
yeah. So if you go
64.
128 phrases,
Yeah,
Yeah.
128. No, it's 60.
So wait,
no, no, it'll be
phrases,
32
explain.
32
Yeah.
phrases is. 32
We're getting
phrases
complex,
is-
like,
is exactly
complicated.
60 seconds, right?
you know, you got like 32, 64, 128.
So
Yeah,
can we break this down for the audience?
Okay, so like-
It's
I know, it's-
powers of two, you know, like 8, 16, 32,
Yeah, yeah.
Music's all like power of
128.
Yeah.
I think that's part of why. Like, that's my theory, honestly. Like the 128 rule is one thing, but I think, you know, when they were making these drum machines and shit like that, it'd probably just be easy, like setting it to 128.
Yeah.
By default. I don't know. But, like,
Yeah.
it's not really a science that your heart beats
No,
at
no,
128.
no. You're not thinking
It's
that,
just
right.
about that, you know what I
So
mean?
Damo got 11.31.
Square root of 100.
No.
Yeah,
It's hard to describe. At 128 BPM, right?
We're getting deep.
A lot of songs.
Yeah, well,
The way that, in the way that a lot
131
of
is prime
songs
number
are,
as well, man.
in
How
the way
deep
that,
do you want to get?
yeah, the way
So-
a lot of songs are structured, right, is the 64 bars will generally be like they'll generally stab that as like one phrase of the song. So it'll generally be like a part of the song, the intro, chorus, outro, etc., etc. They usually have them in a 64 bar
Yeah.
section, right, or a 32 bar section, I should say. But this lines up perfectly at 128 BPM with exactly 30 seconds and exactly 1 minute and exactly this amount. So it's like it's very easy to mix
Yeah, this
at
is nice,
128
like,
BPM
yeah.
because
Yeah,
it's
okay.
exactly 1
It's a
minute.
nice
Like I can
timing
look at a
thing that you
song
get from it.
and I'm
Yeah.
4 minutes
Yeah.
into a song, and then I know that at exactly 5 minutes when I'm playing the next song, it's gonna line up exactly with the 1 minute drop of the song
Yeah.
next to it. It's just like it's a very easy thing to wrap your head around when you're learning how to DJ. I found and. I can't. I'm finding it very hard to explain it, but if I wish I brought something to show you guys. Like, it makes a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
is
sense.
a hard
It
thing.
makes a lot of sense visually because that's the way that my brain thinks about a lot of things is visual. Like
Yeah.
I can obviously hear music very well,
Yeah.
but like I think about music visually, not so much.
It's true.
Is that-
On it,
yeah.
like, and going into that, I mean, when we started making music, like, I'm generally the one that knows how to use Fruity Loops. I just know how to use software, right? You know. But when I would make something like out of time, like I would go, let's say, instead of 64 bars or 32 bars, like I would go 30 bars and then go to start like another phrase, which might be like your next section of your song. And Jordan would smack me on the back of the head and he'd be like, dude,
No.
like line it up with the fucking background, bro. Like,
I'm like line it up.
you know
with
how
the
you got like
background.
the different colored like
know,
bars and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Fruity Loop,
just line it up, dude.
I'm
Like,
you have to line it
that's
up.
how you
Yeah.
count to 4, you know. And we say you can be a DJ as long as you can count to 4.
Yeah,
you know? Same
that's it.
same goes for making music, man.
The
You have
plastic
to.
number.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this all makes sense.
The plastic
That's way
number.
too many numbers for me, bro. I didn't go to
Yeah,
five
what?
is what you're saying. It all makes sense.
So pi equals the
I see the
square root of
is 69.
Nice.
the
Nice.
cube.
Nice.
This, everything you guys have said makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Alright, well,
Makes sense.
It's just something we've noticed. I don't
Yeah.
know, dude,
I don't
like,
know, but
The plastic
So-
number.
yeah, but anyway, the problem with 128 BPM, going back onto that,
Yeah.
is that it feels too slow.
So slow.
Yeah. Okay.
At a outdoor party, which is what a lot of our things were, like doofs, outdoor parties and things,
Yeah.
120 BPM is too slow.
Generally,
And
psytrance around what?
Psytrance is at 140 as a base level.
Well, with like fast prog as well, you
yeah,
go. The range is
goes
about
up to-
135 to like 100.
135 is like breaks. 135 is breaks, dude.
No,
That's
you get like prog at 135.
you can't run psytrance at 135.
No, you get what?
'cause
You
then
get like
it's-
prog. You know, it's like
That's not
fast.
prog though. Prog is still 140.
It's not fast enough for
I
psytrance.
Prog is
love
still
this,
140.
There you go.
Right, here we go.
Yeah.
Psychedelic.
Yeah.
145 to 148, 138 to 142.
Yeah,
so it's
psytrance
around
is
there, right?
140
Yeah,
inverted
yeah.
commas because and
Yeah,
then
minimal
as
side.
you
Yeah.
get faster.
Yeah, all these other ones who no one cares
Psy breaks 130 to 138.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What's that? Nitshonot.
What does that say?
Yeah, I want to
Nitshonot
listen to some Nitshonot.
is a subgenre
No, I
from
don't.
classic Goa trance
Oh,
known
no,
as
I don't wanna
Israel.
listen to that.
Fifty.
Means
No.
victories in Hebrew.
Nice.
true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
very interesting. Night full on, full on.
Okay.
What?
enough.
Dark side,
Yeah,
forest
dark
side.
side 148 usually.
You're high tech.
Is Sumoy,
Not too fast.
side chill. But see, that's so crazy. There's just so many different genres, right?
Yeah.
But then, how did you guys figure out that this is the genre you guys wanted to do? Because like, when you went to make music, were you a little bit like making dubstep and then like march step,
We're
and then
talking
doing
about,
this and doing that,
like,
and then like,
We were talking about Dead Mouse before, man. Like, we used to love Dead Mouse.
Dead Mouse is a huge
We really did,
inspiration
like-
for us. Like early on, Dead Mouse would have to be.
It was very like
Yeah.
forum techno as well. You know,
Mm.
Dead Mouse was terminally online kind of thing, and so were we.
So we
So we kind of picked up that bug.
So in early 2009, 2010 stuff like that,
Yeah.
we'd be driving around in my old Ford Laser with a freaking big sub sitting in the back, just
Yeah.
cranking Dead Mouse out of it as loud as we could, and just, like,
nice, yeah,
absolutely having the time of our lives, just like.
Yeah.
And then we'd like show other people, we'd like so excited about this music, and people would just be like, "Oh, nothing's happening," and you're just like, "Oh, what do you mean nothing's
You gotta
happening?"
listen to
Yeah.
it in context.
You gotta
That's
listen to it in
exactly it.
context. Yeah, like think about it. Like think, and that was a big thing for us.
So the
So
other
that's
cool
it,
thing
it's
was,
journey music,
was
yeah.
dubstep, you know.
Yeah.
And dubstep
like
as
that.
well as well. Like Zed's Dead,
yeah,
massive inspiration for us.
yeah.
as well.
Classic
So
Zedstead was
Every
so
now
Love
and then we
Zed's
would do like a halftime like drop in our 128 music, and it
Yeah,
just felt
exactly.
so slow.
Yeah.
It's just like ultra slow, you know. Like we love drum and bass.
Love DMB
For the
and
most
Spore.
part, you know, that's really what what got us into DJing originally was we went to a
Yeah.
Spore gig, which was Origin
Spore, Evil Intent.
2013, no,
It was
2011.
Sub-Focus. It was I can think of the
2010,
exact lineup we
2011.
saw, and I think it was we went and saw Evil Intent, and then we saw High Contrast, and then Sub-Focus, and then Spore.
Yeah,
In that
okay.
exact
Yep.
order, and it was like the sickest night of DMB. I mean, like probably just because it was one of the first big gigs I'd ever been to as well. So you're always looking with rose tinted glasses, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but
absolutely amazing night.
we were
yeah,
there in the
amazing night.
crowd just watching Spore. Like it was, we absolutely
Massive,
loved.
we're
Like,
fanboyed all over.
huge
him.
fanboys,
Knew
right?
all of his songs inside and out, and just
Yeah, and that's it. It was
and
funny,
just listening
right?
to him DJ, and I was just like, I
We can
knew
do
exactly
that,
what he was
dude.
doing. I was just listening
Yeah,
to
we
him,
can
and
do that,
I
bro.
literally
Like-
broke the set down.
We never
in
really
my mind,
understood
like,
it until we
bit by
like-
song by song. I could figure out exactly what he was doing as he was doing it. I'm like, I
Really?
could do that.
Did you have much practice before?
I'd never
Huh?
DJ'd before. in my
man.
life.
Really?
I
Okay.
just literally said I could do that, and then I went home and
We went and got a
Virtual
controller,
DJ
yeah.
and recreated the set.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went and downloaded. We went and got all the songs, and I went home and I figured.
Well, we
out
made
how
it
to do
better though, because we were
made it
kind of
better.
sour because he didn't play the songs that we wanted.
didn't,
But that's when
yeah.
that's when you realize, like, okay, that's
Yeah.
what seeing guys live is like. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they play all their new shit. You
And
know?
then-
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
of
us, we
course.
play all our new.
Yeah, newer
makes
stuff.
sense,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
makes
but,
sense,
like,
yeah.
To us,
It
we
was-
just saw this guy who we were like I said, we were like fanboys. You know, we didn't. Like I went to like music festivals and shit like that back when I was in my metal days. You know, like I still got the hair from
Yeah, yeah.
cut from those
Metal
days,
days,
but
yeah.
I went straight from, like death metal, just like drum
Yeah.
and bass. So it was a kind of easy transition for me.
Mm.
We go there, fanboys, and we just see this guy just like not giving a shit, drinking jacks, having a fun time on
Having
the
a
decks.
good
And
time.
we're
yeah.
just like, what the fuck? Like we could do that.
Yeah, we do
Like,
that.
actually do that. So we ended up getting, I think it was a Dex.
Virtual DJ was the first. one I
Yeah,
got.
we virtual
I went to a
DJ.
friend's house and he had virtual DJ,
Yeah.
and I tried messed around on his computer.
Yeah.
Virtual.
And-
It seems like everyone starts with
And then
virtual
I remember
DJ.
he had some dubstep on it, and I
It was
remember he was showing
Easy
me.
to get back then. I think it was
Yeah.
free.
And then I was like,
all
"Oh,
that,
this is how you do this is how you do that," and I was like, "All right." And I looked at some of his songs and just started mixing stuff together. And he's just like, "What? How do you?" It's like, "How are you doing this?" And I'm just like, "What do you mean?" It's just you just press play, and it's like,
Count
I don't
four.
know, count to 4 and press play. Like that's
Yeah.
all I said to everyone ever is always just count to 4, press play. And
Yeah.
it's a bit different because I'm a lifelong musician, so it was like for me, it was just like, I can play this instrument with my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And instead
second
of it having to
nature,
be an
yeah.
entire piano, I'm pressing a few buttons, but
That's it.
and then
But-
obviously you expand into a bit more complicated.
And
versions of it
then
through that.
Yeah.
Probably
And then-
Doofs. When we started going to Doofs, that was a real big inspiration.
That was a big inspiration as well because
The inspiration change.
going
and
to see people
yeah.
at Doofs and being like, "Sure, these, I could do that too."
It's,
Like,
it's
very
tangible,
easy.
you
Well,
saw
what was the first stuff?
tangibility of it.
What was the first stuff you guys went to?
Or it was
Mario-
it was a
no, it's
small,
Safari
it was
Party or
Safari
Mario Party?
It was called the Safari Party. It was, yeah. It was a small birthday
So long ago.
event. It was like 40 people. Would have been 2010.
2010.
Would
Okay.
have been our first outdoor
11.
party. Yeah, 2010, 2011.
Mm.
Yeah, we were
Something like that.
living together in
Yeah.
a little share house.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was like we moved in together like probably a week after Origin, and then once we moved in, downloaded Fruity Loops and just started making music.
Just went for it, yeah.
Yeah, because I think like a weekend or two later we ended up going to or maybe like a month later.
It would have been a month later.
We ended up going to our first stuff, and we were like wow, obviously, you get into all the things that you get into at these parties. And then you understand like what the music needs to sound like to sound good to inebriated people, I suppose.
And we kind of tried to take that knowledge, and as soon as we'd get back, we'd apply some knowledge. We'd like listen to what we're listening to. Like this sounded good. This sounded good. This sounded shit. I didn't like this, and I'm not a fan of that. And we'd go back and we'd try and write music straight away as soon as we got back from a party while we're feeling inspired.
Yeah, that's so good though. Yeah,
we'd get inspired by a certain song or artist, and we'd hear one song, and we'd just like over the course of the next day or two, we'd constantly like do the little do to each other to remember what it was, and have another friend do it with us as well, and we'd all just be doing it. And as soon as we get back, boom, put it down, write it out, get it into something tangible, make sure we don't forget it. And this was before phones, or this is before any of us were smart enough to realize we could have recorded it on our phones.
Oh no, we tried to, but they just sounded distorted as shit.
It sounded distorted because it was an old Nokia.
Over 10 years ago, man.
Nokia button phone,
like .3GP files and shit.
We tried to record something and it just wouldn't come out, and you're just like,
that's it.
Right, okay, so we'd have to make sure we remembered what we learned.
Yeah, from there we just started making a bit of music, and then mate of mine, Andre.
Yeah, Andre from back in Queensland. Throwback to what we said earlier.
Yeah,
shout out
that's
Andre.
it. Shout out Andre.
He gave us our first chance. Yeah.
Andre came over, and I mean, he just showed us how possible it was, man. So we started making music with Andre, and that was our first release. Was a remix that we did.
First remix of one of his songs, and
really?
Then he invited us over for that EP release party back in Cairns.
That's
cool. I want to come to Cairns and play the EP release that I'm going to do.
So that was like your very first gig almost.
Our first gig, we literally got flown over. We flew over to Queensland.
That's so cool.
In Cairns.
Yeah. That's amazing. It's like usually your first gig's like, a little small party or house party or something like that, but you got flown to...
We didn't get flown, we flew ourselves there.
But still, you had a gig over in Cairns.
It was really cool, really cool
experience.
Everyone loved it. We played... We didn't have a full original set then. It was mostly original, and I've put Nasono songs. I had two Nasono songs in.
Two what? No Sono.
His name's Nasono. He's a South African house producer, and he makes. He's one of the only producers I've ever heard.
I gotta go pee.
One of the only producers I've heard that makes music that could be similar, I guess, to us, or to be compared to the vibe that we were going for.
How do you spell him?
Nesono.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah. So I actually heard someone at Raindance, funnily enough, someone played an Nasono song during that set. It was Troopy Hippie, I think her name was, and I ran up to her. I was like, oh my god, I haven't heard this song in ages. And she's like, oh yeah, my housemate asked me to play it, and the housemate was another DJ that played the set before us at Raindance as well. So it's quite funny, and it just
works. Yeah,
love this song so much.
So how often do you guys go to bush tours then, and like how often do you guys get gigs and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's the bloke. Yeah. The last gig we played was Raindance.
Yeah.
And gig before that.
Because you guys play often at all, or?
No, we haven't been playing a lot recently. I think the last gig we played before Raindance was we played at a friend of ours, Scotty's birthday party.
Okay.
And it was just it was like a small event, had his backyard, and like 40-something people. And that was our kind of comeback set, I guess. And then the year before that, actually, he threw a doof and we played it. His birthday as well. He's one of our original fanboys, I guess you could say.
Yeah, okay, very nice.
So he was the last kind of sets that we did, and we weren't, I wouldn't say not keen on the music, but like it was just in the background a bit while life was taking over. Our jobs were both very hectic before, and we didn't have the time or the energy to be creative or do anything creative.
Large coffee, dude. Went straight through.
And we kind of just picked up music again, probably about 2021.
Yeah, okay.
It was like
2020 maybe. We picked back into music again.
So where did the name LASRHORS come from?
So online, like we used to play still do play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
My handle was Lazor.
Yeah.
Lazor, and the YouTuber channel was originally Lazor. Lazor69.
Yeah,
okay.
LAZOR. How do we spell Lazor? LASR.
It was yours was LAZOR, and then
Yours was Bat Horse.
Bat Horse.
Bat horse.
Yeah,
Okay.
like Batman, but it was Bat Horse.
Like Batman if you was
Laser?
a horse, not Batman's horse.
Yeah, laser horse.
Laser Horse. And then
Very
we
nice.
took away the E's, but
And we took away the E's because we thought it was funny. It's because, you know, we were just like,
it just looks cooler.
It just,
Yeah,
it just
Laser Horse,
looked
yeah.
cooler, you know.
Yeah.
And hearing people say it's always funny.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that song, the one that we first released, Kadunji, with Andre.
Yeah, the
That
lyrics
is
of
the only song we've ever had play on a radio station that got played on
Yeah,
RTR
RTR.
FM.
Really, on RTR?
Yeah, probably like 10 years ago now.
Actually, we've been meaning to get some of our songs back on RTR. As my fiance's dad is actually Claude Mono, who does Soul Sides on RTR.
Shout out Claude Mono.
So
Okay.
shout out Claude Mono.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soul
That's
Side.
the sick dude. Yeah, he runs a like a soul music
Radio station.
show.
Damn,
And,
okay.
yeah, I just thought that was quite funny. You know,
Mm.
just
Yeah.
like random little small world. So he said to us to send us through a track.
Yeah,
once we've got it
so-
all finished up, and he'll present it through.
Yeah, we're biding our
so
time,
go on.
waiting for the right
But yeah,
track.
buying that time, trying to find the exact right one we want to get out there.
Yeah.
So then, with the music, how long does it take you to make a song? And like, how many songs do you have in total? Like,
Shit, that's a
Yeah,
good
that's
question.
him. Yep.
There you go, shout out.
oh damn,
Shout out,
need to
Claude Mono.
get this guy on.
Making
Yeah,
music,
he's
man.
fantastic actually. Yeah, great dude. Great
Yeah.
I
dude.
mean,
yeah.
when we make songs, a lot of the time, like I'll smash out the concept as quickly as I can,
And that's
absolutely
really
as
key.
quickly as possible.
An interesting way that we've always kind of written music, you could relate it to like, I guess like carving out a statue is the way that I've always tried to interpret it.
Yeah.
Where you like start with your block of stone, and you want to get your rough shapes out as quick as possible. Just like get a shape out, figure out what you're trying to do, get an idea, get the general shape of what you're trying to make, and then start refining that down by taking more things away than
Yeah.
you need to. Like bring it down, make it less than what you're trying to do, and then you can kind of take those details elsewhere and put them in
Yeah.
other places. And
So
you know, and also we also try not to
sit.
add things to songs after they've
Yeah.
already been started. So like
Okay.
We'll
it's like
always
the thing,
try
like the,
deductive.
like the statue
yeah.
idea, where like you make this statue and you draw this, make this amazing statue of a dude, and then afterwards you're like, oh, he needs a hat, and then you get another rock and you make a hat out of the rock and you put it on.
Yeah.
It's never gonna look like, it's never gonna feel like it's a part of that statue.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it was
It
put
makes
on.
sense though.
Yeah.
It's something
It does,
very
like-
important. I try to instill into newer people when they ask us for advice about things. It's like these strange abstract concepts.
You got to see
that
the
make-
final product.
that, yeah, you have to figure out what you're trying to do and like have a cohesive idea about what you are trying to
So
make.
in saying
Don't
that,
just keep adding shit on.
we'll sit there. Yeah, we'll do that. When we say adding shit on, it's like generally when we've got some form of structure, it's like we'll do this deductive process, you know. But that's because we start with like maybe a four bar,
Yeah,
16
4-bar.
beat
Yeah,
loop.
Yeah, 4-bar
You know,
loop,
so
yeah.
just loops, and it's a little bit like, you know, you can compare it to like a drum machine, you know, and a sampler, where someone's just slowly adding more and more and more sounds. So we'll sit there, try and figure out, you know, where the drum fill goes. We'll figure out just a regular drum fill, like what we're gonna do with the energy to sort of bring it up, and then like, you know, bring it back down or whatever, you know, over the 16 bars, because a lot of the music sort of has this like rolling kind of motion to it, but which, you know, is a whole another story on its own, right?
Yeah.
Whole another topic, I should
Yeah,
say.
yeah, it's topic, yeah.
So in that 16 bar, 16 beat loop,
Yes, and then beat
we'll
loop,
try and write like the entire song, you know? So
Really, just in that 1/16.
I'll try and write
not the
the-
entire song, but like the entire idea of the song.
Yeah,
yeah,
is,
because most
vibe.
music is like the drums don't change that much. Like you
Exactly,
might
yeah.
switch around a kick and you know, move the position of a kick and add another one in or something like that. But for the most part, you know, and you think about going back to the live drum machines, you know, you've got like 5 things all playing at the same time. You can isolate those things. So if you've got this 16 beat, you know, loop, you can have everything in there and you just turn everything off and you can try and put together a mental map in your head. Well, these are going to be on during the intro.
Yeah, this is. Yeah,
This is going to be
not
the
on.
next part, and then
I'm
this is
gonna
going to be
use
the
this
next
to carry
part.
the energy. I'm
So
gonna
once
add in,
once we've got all these different parts that we want, you know, then we'll just start pulling the song apart and then adding those parts,
stretching those
you know,
16
Yeah.
moving
and
those parts to where
turn
we
that
think that
16
they
beat
need
into
to
like
sit.
an entire.
Yeah.
That's a
4 or
good
5
way of
minutes.
doing it though, because it's like you basically
need to
just
sit
make
in
the
that-
meat of the song.
You
and
need
then
to sit in that meat
explore.
creation for as long as possible,
Yeah.
though,
You need
and
to
that's
get
why
that-
we do it.
That concept needs to be solid.
Because
and, like,
pushing
it
that
needs
into
to
a
come
full
out.
song, it's like it's not that hard, you know. You just
Yeah.
it's, you know, basic song structure, you know, like you look at a drum and bass
Yeah.
song.
they're all structured exactly the same way.
That's
They've all
exactly
got
it,
the
yeah.
exact.
Yeah, I mean, you
exact
get it.
same
Exactly.
timings. They've got the exact same bits about them. Like, I'm sure you, as a DJ yourself, you know
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking about.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most drum and bass songs are all the same.
Yeah.
They're all
Like,
exactly.
Some
all
people
house
be
music
like,
songs
"Ooh."
are basically the same.
Exactly
like-
the same.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
that's,
exactly. It's an unoriginal genre.
it's by design though. It's because
Yeah.
it
All of
needs
them
to
are.
be.
They're all unoriginal.
Yeah, they're all
That's-
original, yeah.
It's all just got to do with the BPM. It's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it
Yeah.
fits within that BPM sort of.
But it's like, it's just the structure, because obviously different sounds, the way the song sounds differently, the whole lot, like different,
Yeah.
like instruments, different everything like that.
And this is for our particular music as well. I mean, like, I know, like, what was it? It was a bit of advice Caleb gave us, you know, when we did production
A
thing.
workshop
It
with
was a
them,
workshop production thing. He said, be bold in your, you know, your structure. Be bold in your, you know, creative design sort of thing, your song design. And as much as I want to take on that advice, it's kind of a hard thing to do, especially
Yeah.
coming from someone who's like
And
4/4,
and especially for
you know,
myself
like,
being like a classically trained musician, whereas like I was taught that I come from a huge blues background as well. I love blues. Like I've listened to blues my entire life. My dad's
that might be the
massive
bold choices we
blues
make
player.
because
Yeah.
we include a lot of cheesy shit like that in it,
love
like
cheesy
bluesy
things in our
sort
music.
of.
Yeah, love huge
Yeah.
blues influences. But the one big thing I was always taught is that there are laws of music and rules of music.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
it's like you can break the rules of music, but if you break the law, you go in jail.
Yeah.
And by going to jail, I mean your music's gonna sound shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's just like if
That's
you
it.
can break the rules, but as soon as you start breaking musical laws, then it's you know you've gone from music to some abstract thing.
Avant-garde,
Yeah, you've gone to
Yeah.
avant-garde. Yeah,
which we don't, no.
No, we're not avant-garde. no.
Yeah.
But we use a lot of blues progression is that's an excellent little.
We used to
graph
do it a
show.
lot more.
We used to use it a lot more,
A lot
but
more,
not so
yeah.
much anymore.
Yeah.
We're more
Yeah,
so
okay.
just know what's kind of going to work.
And so
Like-
before we went live as well, you were talking about how like your music gallops in a way. So
Yeah, a gallopy feeling is what we always kind of went for, and I kind of refer to it as, and this is a stupid term, and maybe
Well,
someone
because we
out there
couldn't
knows, but yeah.
freaking look it up. It's not a
Look it
real
up.
term.
It's not a real term, but yeah,
But it's the term we use.
no,
We
no,
did.
No, it's not a triplet. It's called Romba Tomba is the name of the
Yeah.
thing, but it doesn't actually. It's not actually an actual thing, but
There's
it's-
Chinese whispers over the
yeah,
years
Chinese
as to,
whispers
to
over the
ourselves
years.
as to what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
Obviously, we
I
don't
coined
know.
that term or if I heard it somewhere.
well, that's the
know.
thing. Like
It's
I,
like-
I always.
You can't find it.
Yeah.
Because it's not a thing.
It's not a thing, man. It's like it's
But that's
a,
cool
Well,
though because
finding that
It's
out.
an
I've always
abstract way
said
for me to
Like a
describe
galloping
how
sound, you
It's
know?
just like a doop ba doop boo boo ba doop boo boo
'Cause
ba doop boo
when
boo.
we
And
started-
it can,
Yeah.
it like makes you feel like a horse is running when you're
Yeah.
listening to music like that.
But
It's
see,
like,
this is what I've always said to a lot of producers that have come on here. It's like, you know, if you really want to make it big, you know, you got to be the next Flume almost. And like being the next Flume is Flume made his own
That's a,
sound.
that's a good
Yeah,
point.
that's a good point.
I like to
Yeah,
think of
yeah.
like Tipper because I'm like
Yeah, Tipper is probably a classic.
Tip is
yeah.
Tipper?
probably
Okay.
yeah
I
the
love
second
Tipper.
biggest influence besides like Deadmau5. I mean, as the years go on, Deadmau5 loses relevance. a
What,
bit,
David
but-
Tipper?
Yeah, David
Yeah,
Tipper.
Tipper makes some wicked music. It's like-
Massive influence to us.
But it's just unique and it's just like, it's
That's
really
it.
out
It's-
there.
it's all
the
his.
only
I mean,
thing-
it's-
the
you
only
know.
thing I've found that even sounds close to Tipper would be Detox Unit,
Okay.
and that's not even like exactly the same. It's just
It's
like
a bit more hip hoppy.
it's a
as
bit
well.
more hip hoppy and glitch hoppy. It's like
But old
a
Tipper
more
was
more
very.
palatable version of Tipper, but like Tipper himself is like
Old Tipper was very
real-
breaks. Very.
real like musicians music, as I like to call it. You know,
Yeah, okay.
just like scares the
then-
hose if you put it out in the public. You know,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all the girls are running away from the speakers, and the boys are out there just like chicken dancing.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
it.
like pointing at the
That's it.
speakers, getting down, like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, so that's
what
the
it's
thing as
for.
well. So when you go and play your sets, because like you guys have been playing for quite a while now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, like, how do you go about? Because playing original music, how do you go about constructing a set to be able to keep everyone happy in a way? Because in a way, for like a pub DJ like me, I have
Yeah.
to play the girls
Song
because
choice.
the
The girls got the dance, and then
girls like to dance and boys
Boys
like to
follow the
dance with
boys,
girls.
yeah.
Like,
it makes
Boys
sense.
follow the girls.
We're kind of lucky in that regard because a lot of the events that we play at are more so people are going there to dance and,
Yeah.
and be messed
Yeah.
up, and
Yeah.
our music is written by us who we got heavily inspired when we were dancing, when we were messed up, and I love.
It's like that
dancing in
feedback
general.
loop of, you know, like we really wanted to work on music that we wanted to hear
Well, yeah, that's the
when
big
we
thing.
were
right?
like off our face or whatever, you know.
I was like, man, if I
Especially,
was that, yeah, that's exactly a very good point.
especially when
yeah.
we're off our face, you know, like if
Especially
you
when we're
listen
off
to
our
our
face.
music in a sober mind, it's like you can understand the intricacies and all that, blah blah blah. But like we really did try to have a psychedelic
tried to
edge
make it-
from the very
Yeah,
beginning.
we tried
you
to
know?
make it psychedelic.
That's so cool,
I wanted
though.
to make
That's-
it
It's
like
got like this breathing, and a lot of people like you can listen to it. There is this sort of waving.
a breathing feeling to it where the music swells and comes and goes.
A lot of that's just
Yeah.
using like crafty reverb, but you know.
crafty reverb or like
And if you know that and listen to it,
Cranking
you're
the reverb.
Like-
cranking it up and then just cutting it.
Yeah.
You know?
Or
Cranking
like-
it
or
up
like,
and cutting
yeah,
it. It works real well.
Yeah, okay.
pre-sampling and post-sampling songs as well
Yeah.
and mixing them. Like there's a really kind of cool trick I do with one of our songs. It's about 10 minutes long out of mix.
That was the
but
one that was just up before.
That
I
was actually the
think.
one that was just up before. Actually, yeah. And then so it's about 10 minutes. Yeah.
It's a Bloodstains Massive.
Yeah, it's a Neck Turtle / Bloodstains Massive is this combo track.
You want to like break this down for us? Or we
So
play it?
yeah, so this here is Neck Turtle. I'm actually doing the transitional part here. So
and now that's
so this
Massive.
is Bloodstains Massive will take over here.
That's
but-
another bass line from a different song. That's
So
where
like
you can
yeah,
hear
the bass line from this song is just real heavy, dirty, just like real evil kind of energy, and the other song is this real like tribal kind of dudes standing around a fire,
Stomping.
bashing their sticks, stomping,
Yeah,
like real
stomping
tribal
energy.
down kind of low energy. So like just feel these two songs together just create this really
Listen to the reverb
like-
here, Brody, like that reverb. I mean, you know, it's crafty reverb.
and
like,
also
it's-
the old classic. Shout out to my brother. This is one of our classic jokes. Was sitting around a fire once at a party, and we're like listening to this music. I was like, man, best part about this music right now is that sometimes it moves and sometimes it doesn't. And
Okay.
he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, listen to these beats right now. I'm like, these beats go and they go and they go, and then they just stop. Everything stops. It just and then
Yeah,
it gets
straight
back
back
into
to
it.
it, yeah.
It's like your drum fills.
Huge-
You think
it's-
about like the opposite of a drum fill.
Yeah, it's like the
Like-
drum, like a big void, like a small void. Like we try and implement them into our mixing.
Like here, you might even hear one.
yeah, you hear
right-
like a little void. So what I'm
Well,
doing
right
right
before
now
the break, but that's
is
the
I'm
break,
like
yeah.
sampling out the song that we started on and full transitioning over into Bloodstains Massive, right?
Now you're
And then
switching
it's just gonna
back.
hard drop. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump the song back 32 bars. So yeah, so it's about 160 bars. And then this will like basically have 160 beats, something like that, and then it will basically line itself back up so that by the time the song starts playing again, it's kind of continuing back on from where it left off. But if I just let the two songs play out naturally, then the two songs don't phrase together well,
Yeah.
because that other song does some weird stuff in the middle of it where we kind of like re-experimented with how we'd structured certain things, or because these songs are made at the same time, back to back, in my parents' backyard on a
Yeah,
laptop.
so they have the same
In 2
kind
days.
of vibe.
In 2 days.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
These two songs are made in 2 days, start to finish, conceptualized. We saw a
We've
dude.
tweaked it over time and like mastered it, obviously, like to have
yeah.
a good thick sound live.
But like
that's about it.
the statues were carved at the exact same time, right next to each other, so they look the same.
Yeah.
And then instead of, or like they were half of a statue each, and we just shoved them together,
Yeah.
and they just perfectly melded. So,
Yeah,
I mean, like the
okay.
inspiration was from the song was I saw a dude in a black Commodore do a burnout on Morley Drive, and his license plate was drop second.
Drop second,
And I
baby.
just thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. And like you hear it in the song, we're always just being like, I was heading down Morley Drive, right? And like the background, and we're always talking about like being in Morley Drive, like the Perth locals. This guy, it's like the
It's that
inside
stomping
mind.
tribal feeling as well.
and
like
then
we
yeah,
were
you see it's
talking
gone
about,
from
like-
that real dark, evil feel, and I've swapped it back into that tribal kind of
Spooky.
energy again, spooky,
Yeah,
that real
'cause-
ghosty.
Because we were talking
Yeah.
about before how it's like, so you use tractor. Like you,
Yeah, we use tractor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
tractor represent. If you
Yeah.
don't use tractor,
Yeah,
get
tractor's
out
the
of
way to
here.
go, I agree.
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
We just make WAV files and then
Yeah.
use Tractor.
That's it. Tractor
That's
is
it.
like the Ferrari of DJ software.
It is. It's,
It literally is.
I
But
wouldn't
It's
even say
great,
the
honestly,
Ferrari.
it's
so
great.
many haters out there
The
for
effects and
Pioneer
everything, man.
and
It's-
Denon and all the
it's-
other shit. But yeah, it's the effects.
The
It's the way the
effects,
software is.
When you
like,
make
way
your
the
own music
software
as well,
works.
it's like you are a lot less inclined, like me especially. Like I'm so exhausted by
Yeah.
the making music side of it. I have no time to think about the DJ side of
Yeah.
it. You know, obviously like there's some
I find,
crossover, you know,
I
between
really-
both of us, but like you know, he's talking about going back 160 bars and shit like that. It's like, I leave that crap to him because he's good at it, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know?
It's just you think about like
So then you're basically like, so you produce, but you're basically the DJ, and then you're the producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, and that's a good
So
way to do it, though. Yeah.
we just say we just do everything together just for easiness' sake. It's just
Yeah.
instead of being like, oh, you know, we made this song together. It's just easier than like, oh, Isaac made 90% of this song and I helped him pull some stuff together in
Yeah.
the middle
Yeah.
and helped him conceptualize some things, you know. But I'm just the DJ. But except like, you know, Isaac like also watches levels when we DJ. So in that video,
It's about
Isaac's on the
all
main
I'm doing.
mixer,
Yeah, if you look
and
at that.
all he's doing in the whole time during that is he's micro adjusting the levels on the main speaker
Yep.
so that we can keep it just beneath the red
Absolutely
line.
pumping. 'cause
Absolutely just pumping,
That's what we were
maxed
talking
out.
about before when,
Like-
when it sounds like an MP3 kicks in or something like that.
Yeah.
We don't have that issue as much, but like we've still, obviously this is what we do, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
keep it pumping as hard as you possibly can. And then obviously I'm playing with the effects that's on the CDJ because that's always fun. Like I appreciate the CDJs that have the effects on there. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
we
it.
can record this
Yeah, we can record
this clean out of
almost
track
natural, clean
and
set.
I'm dicking around on the effects.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
all that sort
exactly
of shit,
it.
but it doesn't come through on this.
There's actually
Yeah.
there's one
Great.
song I'd like to show off a little bit, if that's alright. You've got about 32 minutes
What
in
song?
the video, a little more.
Little more, yeah.
Yeah, this is a fantastic song.
So speaking of, we've got an EP coming out soon. I want to say next month, and
okay.
this is going to be the
This is gonna
first
be-
track, I think.
yeah, so
on
sneak
the-
peek for anyone out there who's
Sneak
who's
peek.
keen, but this is
Yeah.
a fantastic song. I think one of the best ones Isaac's written personally, but
Yeah.
excellent.
And this one
excellent
I
song.
wrote like over a year ago, but I've just been slowly working on it.
Just slowly
because-
like chipping those little eyebrows in, like chipping in the pores of your
It's
skin.
like we said, we don't like to add
Um,
things after it's done, but like, you know, when it fucking bangs that hard, you kind of have to do it justice, you know?
Yeah, we got to
Like,
bring
so-
it. We got to bring it in. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we were going to release it probably, it was almost this time last year.
Yeah.
But we weren't sort of happy with it, so we've been making a few micro adjustments and working on other music. And then instead of releasing it as a single,
Yeah, we're gonna release.
we're
it.
going to release it in the album, which I think's 5-track, but that
Yeah,
last
about
track,
five,
I don't know if
four.
we're going to
I
release
think
it.
four's one.
4, I think.
Yeah.
Four definite, 5 iffy.
And we've just
Yeah.
come up with a name for it.
So what's the name?
You go.
Just the Swag.
Yeah.
Just the swag.
Yeah, I think we're gonna choose
Which
that.
is-
We're watching
yeah,
a
well,
YouTube
so-
video the other day about, what was it, like a bank heist or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
it's like a bank heist, infamous.
And it was the name of one of the chapters came up.
Yeah.
It was like just the
Just the
swag, and it
swag,
had like
the
it was
swag.
just white on black and had like this VHS effect. I was
Yeah, it
like,
was just
that's
like-
fucking
It's
sick.
so cool, and we've been the bastions of the word swag.
Yeah,
or
we
like
love the word swag,
Champions
yeah.
of the word
Yeah,
swag in
yeah,
Perth
yeah, yeah.
for I don't know, God knows how long. Yeah, last
Hear it
year.
in,
Very cool.
sometimes we used to sample it in old tracks. You
Yeah, we
hear
used-
like
we
a
used- we used-
swag every now and then.
We
Like,
just hear someone saying it, yeah, just swag.
Yeah,
just
very
in the
nice,
background.
yeah.
And often it's most of our vocal samples. I'd say about 50% will be our friends. We'll just
Yeah.
ask them, we'll like, can you say this in the microphone? And
Just
like,
sample your mate.
yeah,
Yeah.
sample our mates, or
Yeah.
it'll be from a YouTube video that we saw and thought was funny. That's
yeah,
pretty
in
much
fact,
it.
there was a lot that
There's a lot of our
we've taken
songs.
from just random YouTube videos you never would have seen in your
Yeah.
life, like
Just
bull
some-
bars.
Like yeah, Bull Bar's one of our most
That,
one of our
that's
oldest, most
in
popular
here, but you
songs.
can play a little more a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Play
Yeah,
play
play this
on this
one,
song
yeah.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Talk about this. Well, remember bull bars. So yeah, this song wrote probably about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, we about a year and a half.
year and a
ago.
half ago. But yeah, just slowly been adding bits to it and taking stuff away. Just
So, well, what's the longest track you guys have worked on?
Like longest in length.
Yeah, well, like, not longest in length, but yeah, well, longest in length, but it's like, you know, it's
Oh,
taken a year to finish it, man.
Oh.
so Strange Ways.
Strange Ways, yeah, it's a fantastic one as well.
Strange Ways is in here as well, but that's probably going to get you claimed
yeah,
if you play it.
that's a pop
Yeah.
glitch and release, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're.
Well, how long
uploading
did it
onto
take
YouTube.
though, as well?
You shouldn't get flagged, should you? Like you're only streaming on Facebook, right?
Yeah, Facebook. It'll probably just mute it. I
Oh,
reckon.
okay.
Yeah.
No,
Will
it's
it?
best not to
Okay.
try
Yeah,
it.
that's yeah.
Go check out the Rain Dance set though. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, so how long did it take to make that song?
Strange Ways.
Or Strange Ways, that would have been what?
Well, like
It's
I
hard 'cause it's
took like a break from making music for, I want to say a couple of years. Like I still dabbled with it, but like not making anything I was super happy with, and definitely nothing we could incorporate into the set.
Why did you take a break?
Just work.
Just life,
Life, bro.
work, you know.
You know
just,
how it is, man.
yeah,
just
just things get on top of you. And
shit
Yeah.
going on, man.
Just,
Exactly.
Just, yeah, people, you know.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Sometimes
mean-
life gets in the way. That's the thing about it.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
it.
much, man. Like, it just we didn't have time for music for a bit, and
Yeah.
Yeah, and then once we kind of started working together, it was like we found more time because obviously we're in the office together all day, every day.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so you guys work together at the moment, then? Or?
spitball.
Well,
Not at the
used to.
moment. Not
I
at the
used
moment.
to.
Yeah, we used to.
Yeah.
For maybe 2
Like
years.
last year before.
Yeah, it was for about 2 years. Yeah,
Was
it
that the
good fun.
geo thing? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Geophysics.
Yeah,
Geophysical survey company.
So we got to sit next to each other all day, which, you know, the job was great, but being able to sit next to each other was awesome because we just
Yeah,
spitballing shit back and
Just
forth.
spitballing
Yeah,
ideas all day, or just listening, cranking music out of our
Yeah,
computers.
cranking drum and
just like
bass, just chilling.
playing drum and
Yeah,
bass,
pretty
tunes,
cool.
whatever.
Yeah,
just,
very cool.
Shout out Leon if you're watching.
Yeah, shout
So then,
out.
how long did it take to make that track though again? Like,
Oh, which
Oh
one?
God knows. It's crank,
Yeah.
It's impossible. to say,
we're like
it's-
incredibly ADD.
It's
so
literally impossible to
just
say.
let
like,
that be said.
I'm pretty sure that the original inspiration for that song would have come like years ago when we were
What,
listening.
Strange Ways?
Yeah, because Mitch would have sent us the original backing track.
Oh yeah, we were getting into a wait.
One of our
yeah,
good
that's
mates
right.
loves English hip hop, and he would have sent us that backing track when he was going through a phase of listening to, sending us that music.
Strange Ways
And
by
then-
Jack Jetson.
Yeah, Strange Words by Jack Jetson. I think
Yeah,
it
it's
is,
awesome.
yeah.
Like, but you know, so hopefully I can use your vocals because
Yeah.
we already did. But it's such badass one-liners, man. Like,
Yeah.
the guys
Actually,
are
here it is.
genius.
Here, actually. This is Strange
Yeah, that's what I
Ways.
mean. Like, this one
coming
might
in.
get your music.
but then, how did you decide that this is the genre for you guys though?
I mean,
Because like you dabbled in like drum and bass, you did
you
this, you
skip
did
it
that.
in the
but-
middle of the song for a second or something, because
Yeah.
like you'll hear a little bit of the
Yeah, you
inspiration
hear a little bit
here.
of the,
Like,
Yeah.
it's quite like
like I said, I don't even know how we really landed on
I was making drum and bass for a little bit, just trying to learn how to make it. You know.
But I don't know, it just feels natural at
Yeah.
130. We couldn't describe it any other way, but it just feels natural. It just to us, it just makes sense. And
Yeah.
it'd be from Dead Mouse would have been our inspo because Dead Mouse is a 128.
Yeah.
So that's why we would have gone
Yeah.
at 128 to start with, and then we felt 128 was too slow, so we moved to 131
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Electro House was at 131, and we made the swap to 131 when Electro House was super popular.
We used to turn our
Because
pitch
I used to pitch it up slightly to 131
speed up to
and during
131
the set
from
anyway.
128.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Shit
because
is
we
right, innit?
always play, we'd always ask people, or like the set organisers at parties, we'd be like, can you make sure that we play before anyone who's going to play anything faster than X BPM, because our music it feels slower after, like if you go from listening to 140
That's
BPM
it. It will.
and try and
Yeah.
listen to our music, it just doesn't feel, it takes like 10-15 minutes to get
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
from like a
Especially like
quick-
psytrance,
like a
which
quick
a-
psytrance groove into like a
Yeah.
more mellow housey groove. It's
a
like
lot
it
of
takes,
doofs are psytrance, you know.
That's
That's
it,
why
yeah.
we were
we're
happy
always
with
happy
that.
to play early. We always say like we'll play 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
10 o'clock, like
But having John around was good because, you know, pop glitching, it's all, you know, wacky music.
yeah,
Different
yeah.
BPMs, you
Yeah.
know, like you've met John,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
obviously, so
He does. Yeah.
it's more incorporating for the weird shit, you know. So
Yeah.
like, we
Yeah,
go there with
exactly.
like breaks, and people are more open to it than they are like, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
psytrance
people are
stuff and
open
stuff.
to it, but it feels wrong for us, you know. Like
Yeah.
we're our biggest like critic.
we're our own biggest critics.
We
and
really
then-
are,
And like
so-
we were talking about before, where you go out and the vibe just you know snaps, it just changes, and you feel it in your body. You're like,
Yeah.
"Argh."
Yeah.
Like and
Just
it's hard to like
readjusting
readjust
almost.
your
Yeah.
vibe back again and get moving to a different song. So,
Like when you drop and you've got no bass channels on or something like
Yeah.
that, and it's like,
Oh,
what do you do?
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
well. I mean, you'd be sneaky.
now what you
but-
do is you wait for
wait for
beats.
beats,
Is you,
yeah, and then you
is,
turn it
is
back
you
on.
wait for beats
Yeah.
and pretend you did it on purpose and then bring it back.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
That's
case for any
exactly it.
aspiring DJs out there, that's how you fix that.
If you turn it straight on once you realise you messed
Yeah,
up, people
if
will
you do it-
realise you messed
Yeah,
up.
if you do
but-
turn it straight back on when you realise you messed up, then people will know you messed up. If you wait and then bring it back at the right time, then everyone think you did it on purpose.
Happy
That's it.
mistakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
mistakes.
exactly it. Yeah.
yeah.
So we've got about half an hour left, but I really want to
Yeah,
dive
cool.
into this casino.
Oh, yeah,
the
okay,
Golden
so-
Dragon.
Yeah. So the
okay.
Golden Dragon. What is this?
Okay, so-
We've got to pull this up.
So we've got
like-
to get some context, okay? So shout outs to the
That's on
Sim
the-
Gang boys. Shout outs to the lads. What's
That's
up,
on the
everyone?
YouTube channel if you want to pull that up.
Yeah,
That's
can
on the
we pull it up?
YouTube
Easy
channel.
Dipper, yeah.
It'll be on the. It's the second video on the YouTube channel.
At the moment,
So,
yeah. You don't need the
we-
audio. You can just look at the
Well, the audio is all
from it.
original as well. Funnily enough, we spent a few days in Discord with the boys, and what Isaac and I love doing is we love MIDI radio. Is a bit of a joke we have.
MIDI
so,
files.
So there's like a
MIDI
lot of
files?
context we've got to explain.
Kind of. No, not really.
It's like
no?
like
Like-
you know
like the
Guitar
raw-
Pro
like the raw versions
like-
of songs. Oh, no,
What you
have to
mean,
go
like
onto the
like how
YouTube link.
like garage band?
Yeah.
Garage band original like.
It's like the notations in the file. It's not the actual WAV.
It's
Like,
like-
it's not the audio,
it's
but
like
the
if
notation
you like
is
put it
in
into
the
a
file.
piano, and the piano will play back the thing. Like you're telling a machine, basically, think of
Basically,
like a scrolling
it's-
thing, and it will just like play a different note for
Oh yeah. Okay.
Basically,
it is,
people
like, yeah.
recreate songs, but they recreated them
like in bass level.
yeah,
So it's
20
like
kilobyte size files sort of thing.
like super
So it's-
tiny little like really direct kind of simple sounds. So it'd just be like sounds like an N64. It sounds like a Commodore
Yeah.
64. Sorry, playing a song where it's got like 10 different noises it can make, and we listen to remakes of popular songs. In
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
really
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
like Beat It by Michael
we've got
Jackson or
heaps of-
something.
But
Like,
before we start, as I pull this up, can we just give a quick?
Hell yeah!
oh yeah, what up,
comment
Peter?
section.
Say I told you Peter would be in the chat. What
Elliot,
up,
my little
Slade?
bro.
Yeah,
Pete.
what up, Elliot?
The horses, Pete Lee, up the horse.
Up the horse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pete, if you're keen to come
You
on,
and-
you should come on.
You and Cuz, what up?
You and Cuz, yeah.
Yeah.
Cuzza, how you going, boys?
Yeah,
going?
Horse. Make you feel like a horse does.
And
makes you feel like a horse.
As you know how much Lart has
Oh,
influenced their
as-
music.
that is that is something that is not Googleable.
That's not a.
That
yeah.
is light stands for light art.
And that's all we're gonna say
and
about that.
that is
That's
that
all
is
you need to
that
know
is
about.
such a
It's
story.
Fun times at parties, man.
That is such a whole story that it couldn't even be described in
Sitting
a-
next to each other all day,
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Chris. You
that's
know,
Chris.
Sheox.
Sheox.
You gotta have Sheox on
Yeah,
here
okay.
one time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sheox, come on.
absolutely.
He's another Fruity Loops supremacist. So.
Yeah, Fruity Loops supremacist,
But he's
absolute.
been starting to learn how to use disabled ones, so
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Disabled.
so I should say unable to.
Unableton, yeah, Unableton.
Oh, that's
And,
great.
yeah,
I'm gonna
Adric,
use
he's,
that.
he's,
I'm
he's
definitely
one of the
gonna
boys
use
from over
that.
in Queensland.
Yeah, what up, Adders?
Yeah, Adders, what up?
Psytrance,
Yeah, Lart. Corey's excited about Lart, definitely.
Golden Dragon. Okay,
Yeah.
What is psytrance? Can you explain that to all of us?
Yeah. So what is
Psytrance?
psytrance? And then we're gonna go on the Golden Dragon.
Okay,
Psytrance. Yeah, that's it.
like, yeah, just like, I don't know, horrific noises.
Fast.
That's
140
Yeah, yeah.
BPM fast.
140.
It's psychedelic music.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like-
it's
Fast
just
psychedelic
so
music.
quick, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's like well done. I personally like, if I was gonna listen to psytrance, I prefer the prog style of psytrance because it's a bit slower. But I do also
I like
enjoy.
like Asterix, Dixter,
Yeah.
like that's good.
I mean, like the old
psytrance
classic is
and everything.
Neelix. That was the old classic back
Yeah,
in the day.
Neelix is a good listen.
Like
yeah.
Neelix is a good listen, but
We
it
make
was like
fun of him these days.
back
but
in the
he's a
day
good
we used to
listen.
call it
Yeah,
Doof
okay.
Radio.
Yeah.
Because everyone played Neelix, so it was
Everyone
like it was
had.
a bit of like Doof Radio. It was a bit of the joke back in the day. Whenever you hear a Neelix song, you'd be like, "Oh, radio's back on, boys, '96."
Yeah, okay.
So
What did
96
Golden
is
Dragon have to do with
94.5.
MIDI radio? Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
so
the
Golden Dragon.
So yeah, the Golden Dragon song. Yeah, the Golden Dragon music's all original remixes of.
So we've made music
of
for
popular
the game,
songs
which is
that
For
have
the
been
game.
remade in MIDI. Yeah, the Casino RPG,
Casino RPG.
or the
That's the one.
Hogwarts Parkour.
And so you've got your
speedrunning.
YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, so that's the YouTube channel if you want to go subscribe
That was
to
so
it.
funny. Oh, it's a
Yeah,
whole other
Hogwarts
thing.
Podcast. So that video was it's a Harry Potter video we made a week after the game came out with speedrun
Yeah.
records, and there are no speedrun records. We made the whole thing up.
Yeah, so we were talking about clearing stairs. We were talking about who could find the biggest gap
Yeah.
in
I made this,
Hogwarts.
dude. I made this video before I'd even finished half the game. I started working on this video. So
Yeah, we
just
had
so
this video
inspired.
released within a week of the game coming out. and we were
Parkouring
playing in early
downstairs,
access.
man. Like this is all about the record of like how many stairs you could jump down.
Yeah, and
What?
It's a good watch, man.
it's
You
like
gotta
done in the
look at
style
that
of like a
shit.
summoning salt speed running video.
If you
and
ever
it's got,
seen
like,
Summoning Salt, like speedrunning videos,
It's like
shout
a-
out Summoning Salt. but
Yeah, it's just like
it's a very like easy, or it's a very good format of video to make fun of because it's so
it's so
tried
it's
and
so
true,
it's
bro.
so tried and true, and
Yeah.
they do exactly the same things every
we
time.
like to parody stuff, like
We
a
love
lot
to
of
parody,
satire. So
yeah.
if there's like a,
So, like,
a set
that's a
in
classic
stone
title,
format,
yeah,
like
classic.
we just love to make fun of it, you know.
And what was funny about this is we posted that up online, and then the first comment we got in that video was just like someone just being like, "What do you mean
Yeah,
the parkour
people got
community?
it.
The game's been out for one day."
So like people definitely got the joke, which was funny as hell. Like
Yeah,
Damn, you get quite a few comments.
Yeah.
Like,
You want 1 week?
Some people get it, like the controversies, like counting how many stairs we're jumping down, and then my like youngest brother Cooper's been what's it called?
oh yeah, he's in there as well.
He found a spiral staircase, and we deemed that didn't count because there was too many stairs for us to count
Yeah,
manually,
not
so it just
possible to
doesn't count.
count, not
It's just
possible.
not possible to count them, so it doesn't. It's just an
So
invalid
that's-
record.
So that's our and I mean that's a good example of like you listen to the audio in that video. Is like I really tried to make the audio tight as fuck because videos with shitty audio are bad videos.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
They're just bad videos.
So what other videos do you make then?
Oh, it's mostly all satire. It's all just
most
like,
of the stuff we make is satire.
we just make fun of stuff, man. Like that Golden Dragon video is probably the only serious video I've ever put up on this channel. Oh, that's not true. I've done a few more.
The average titles, that was really funny one.
Jerry Seinfeld on Amber Heard Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a Jerry Seinfeld AI.
That's AI.
Yeah.
Wait, can we play
Seinfeld
that and
AI.
we'll unmute it as well?
Yeah. So the audio for this was a MIDI file as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can hear it if you listen to the audio. Like you hear it. It's not real. It's recreation audio. Yeah.
What?
You listen to the bad theme song in the background. That's just the whole. That's just like
That's the whole video.
Yeah, that's the whole video. Yeah, that's it. Like some of our videos are 10-minute long.
It was an AI experiment, man. Yeah, we got
man.
Jerry Seinfeld's voice. Was like, let's make a fucking video.
So what are some other good ones we can play? What is the 16-second one? How the Subway ad should have ended.
Oh, that's
that
a really
one's a
funny
bad
one.
one.
That's
No, that
a
one's
really
a bad
funny.
one. Oh, do the Jigsaw one.
Yeah, the Jigsaw one.
This one's got a dubstep song that I made. It's a remix of the Saw song at the end of it, and it drops with the song, like the comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you just watch this one.
This is the classic.
What?
Forgot about that.
Yeah, forgot about that bit. Whoop.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's the joke. Get ready for the punchline. so, so there you go. That's it. So a lot of it's really cooked. A lot of it's incredible.
When we say we make edgy content, we don't mean like teenage edgy. We just mean we make weird content.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
Wait, what's another one we can pull up? One more.
Okay, one more.
Then we'll go into the dragon one.
Oh, definitely not why.
What that Agent 47 one? No, that one's.
But it's something short though. Yeah, wait.
This is a classic. I love this one.
So that one actually performed quite well.
That was quite good actually. Yeah,
And that's if you do pseudo like like political adjacent content.
Yeah.
That shit pops off on YouTube. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Real Life vs Interstellar is pretty funny as well.
Oh, that was dumb.
Buster
Oh yeah,
comes
we
to
go
mind.
top 10 references of all time in the top left. This is making fun of like Watch Mojo. Don't
no,
watch
it's
the
too
whole
loud.
thing.
No,
Just
no.
watch the start where you see
No.
me and Jordan.
Alright, no.
Just this bit. So satire. Yeah. My name is Lionel. I'm from the social media team as well. And from all of us here at Watch Mojo, have a happy Easter.
This is the worst video.
Burger King lettuce.
It's just the double number at the start is the worst one.
Number 10, number 15. That was the whole joke of this video, right? Okay, that's enough of that.
That's enough of that.
No.
That's it.
Alright,
It's
so
bad satire.
so
So
what?
that's that's the point. It's 9 minutes. It drags on. You're never gonna get.
It drags on for so long, that video, yeah.
So what
5
is
minutes.
what is this Dragon Casino thing?
Alright,
So-
Golden Dragon Casino, yeah. let's get
First
back
of all,
on that.
it's a game that I'm working on.
So,
So,
it all started in Discord. We made a bit of a joke.
you don't
for-
want the audio. It's just
Yeah.
me talking anyway.
Yeah.
I've heard enough of you,
Before we go out, I mean, Ableton at Ableton.
Yeah,
Studios
well-
Pog.
Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
switch over to Ableton soon because he's, you know.
Yeah, he's disabled.
Let's get the music off YouTube. He's right.
Disabled.
Why don't we just get it off
Marty,
YouTube?
Marty, Father of the Week, Love the Siggy Butt, me after every deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Siggy butt. That's
Yeah.
it.
$3.20 in a ciggy butt in your pocket. That's
Can't
it.
throw the filters out, man. Microplastic.
Yeah, so like the whole idea for this game came from we have like a Discord bot basically that used to thumbs up or thumbs down you if you said China was good or bad. So then we introduced like a social credit system into
social
the Discord.
credit system. That's it.
Then also we figured out something to do with the social credit, so we're like, all right, let's make a little casino in our Discord. So Isaac programmed to do it inside of a Discord chat. It makes like a little casino.
Shout out to
Well, yeah.
Chris Sheogs. He's
Yeah.
got 2 billion social credit.
He's our
I
number
think.
one social creditor.
2 billion. I'm second
Social
on
credit
700
trillions.
million,
I'm
I think.
pretty
so
sure he's a trillionaire.
No, he's not a trillionaire yet.
Oh, okay.
I think he's got
He's
2
wealthy.
billion, I think. Yeah. So anyway, like.
So what is it? So it's on Discord, but it's
Well, it
literally a
was on
casino.
Discord.
was,
It
but
started
this
on
is-
Discord, and
So then he
then.
moved it into like a.
So I've been messing around with OpenAI as well. So I wanted to add like a bunch of NPCs, and
yeah,
these
like-
guys are
like,
NPCs.
yeah,
Like
no,
all of
back
that
to the
is.
start.
So this is the game here that you designed. Like,
Yeah. So that's
That's
the
the
game that
game,
I've made.
yeah.
Yeah. So this
So-
is the actual game.
So he made a bunch of bots in our Discord that you can ask them questions and they respond back to you. If you like cast exclamation mark Mr. Lucky, for instance, he's the main character of the Golden Dragon. You
I
can
think
do
he
exclamation mark
comes up
Mr.
in a
Lucky,
second,
and
yeah.
Mr. Lucky will. Oh, there he is, right there.
Yeah, there's
Down
Mr.
in the
Lucky in the
corner. He's
background
the mascot for the Golden Dragon.
Yeah, you
But
can go
he'll
support
actually
that on
answer
Moglog if
questions
you
for
want.
you. But the thing is that he just always tells you to just go back to the slots and keep spinning.
Just keep says
So
spinning reels,
any
yeah.
question you ever ask him, he's always like, go back to the slots. Keep
Go
on
back to
spinning.
the slot machine.
Yeah,
Go back
okay.
to the slot
Ignores you.
machine.
so then it works on the social credit system. So if you say
So
China,
this is the Discord bot basically. This is fast forwarded, but you see how it's like a slot machine, like you know, it comes up with the stuff,
And
and,
when
then
you
you've got the
win-
bots that talk back to you. And here's the ladder. Yeah, that's Chris on top with 2 billion. But you know, so this was the initial conception. You know,
a
and-
Chinese lady approaches your table.
Yeah, so she'll bring you food. That's
Yeah,
like
she'll bring you
Dali.
food.
It's got a Dali integration. So you ask for your barbecue ribs, she'll bring you barbecue ribs. It just
Drink
works
a
it
beer,
into
and
prompt.
then you get
She'll
it,
bring
yeah.
you a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all like themed Dali images where we like sat down for
Dali,
an
like,
hour or two
AI
and
images,
just like
yeah.
perfectly crafted a prompt that always generates an image that looks exactly like
So
that.
she'll bring out a skateboard.
But except
if you type
she'll bring out anything you ask her, she'll bring it out, and it'll always be a different image of a different lady. But
Really?
it's always in a red. It's always in a red Chinese casino,
Chinese
and
dress,
she's always
yeah.
wearing a red dress. There's
Yeah.
Mr. Lucky.
Mr. Lucky, okay.
Yeah, he's great. That's a
AI
Dali
generated.
image as well. And
Keep
I ended
spinning,
up.
more wins away.
Yeah,
You'll see
fortune
here-
favors the persistent is his favorite catchphrase.
So he just keeps saying, "Keep spinning." He doesn't care about
Yeah,
you.
he
just
doesn't
says,
care
"Keep
about anything you
spinning."
say. He just tells you to keep on spinning.
We got some shirts. I almost wore this shirt today, actually. It's
Really?
the Mr. Lucky
Yeah,
shirt
Mr.
that we
Lucky
got printed up. Yeah.
Yeah, we've
The
got
full
matches.
body.
So this is the game that
So this
you-
is the game because we had like such a clear idea of the NPCs and all that
So, yeah,
sort of
once
stuff
we had
from the
that concept
Discord.
out,
yeah,
yeah.
the concept it really was it was so rich. It was so rich, man. We had to turn it into a game, you know.
Yeah.
Like we were like screw it, you know. And I'd played around with Game Maker in the past, like you know, like we had to do it in school.
Yeah, do a
and-
game maker in school.
yeah, so I mean, I just picked it back up, and you know, like at the geophysics place, I learned how to program pretty damn good. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's coming along, but you know,
What
It's
happens
getting
if you lose all your money?
well, that's the whole point.
You
It's
lose yourself to credits.
Well, yeah, that's what's
It's a
funny about it.
survival
right.
game,
It's a
right?
survival
So-
game.
yeah, it's a survival game. So if you run out of money, then you can't pay for food. You can't pay for food. You can't eat, and if
Yeah,
you run out of
food, you die.
you die.
So then your character will actually die.
That's
on the
it. It's
game.
a
And then you
survival game.
lose.
Yeah.
That's like a
Survival
hard
game.
lose.
Yeah.
That's
Had
like
to
a hard
It's a
lose.
survival
casino.
casino game, but the best part about it is you can spend hours in the casino, right? And there's a full day-night cycle.
Yeah.
So when you walk out of the casino, you've got no fucking clue what time it is. Just like the real casino, it could be raining, it could be whatever, you know. And you're just like, oh shit, you know.
No.
Like and obviously, yeah, your
No
social
clocks
credit's going to
inside.
be like if it's too low, you can't take the train, and yeah, we'll work a story out for it at the moment. But
That's
you know,
amazing, though.
we've got slot machines, blackjack, you know, a bunch of other stuff. We might add multiplayer to it just in the casino, so you can run your own game, but
Yeah.
you know, meet up with the boys in the casino or whatever.
Yeah, have like a
we-
No,
little hangout
definitely do
area.
multiplayer. That'd be
Have
so
like a
funny.
cool, like have it as more like a hangout area experience than like actual game. It's more like everyone wants to hang out and do some gambling together. You can all sit at the blackjack table together,
yeah,
you know, maybe, or you could all
not too sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could
something
almost
like
turn it into like a VR chat. You can just go to
Something
the
like
casino.
that, yeah. We're not too sure at the moment, but there's a lot of AI already like integrated into it. Like, yeah, all of the text from the NPCs is all just through OpenAI's API sort of stuff, ChatGPT
Yeah.
sort of crap. But yeah, it's an interesting project I'm working on.
It's pretty damn cool, though.
And it's one of many projects that we have sort of in the works.
But it's just nuts how it's like you guys are doing music, but then also you're doing Dragon Casino.
Oh man, we've got just so many hobbies, man.
You
Like,
got-
we, we call it the workshop. It's Discord. It's like, I'll have an
workshop.
idea and I bounce it off the boys, or they'll have ideas. We bounce them off each other, and it turns into a video generally, or a song, or
Turn a video, a song,
and
or it could
then
turn into something.
this one time it turned into a game. So yeah,
That's so cool.
I mean another one. What's another thing we're working on?
Oh, that's a thing.
Something like Fight of the Week. We got Marty. And
Marty and Marty's
Yeah.
Fight of the Week, actually. Yeah, that's a good
Marty's
one.
fart of the week.
Marty and Marty. Okay.
That was like Hamish and it. Like
Is that-
it was.
yeah.
The joke was it was supposed to be satire.
Yeah, so
on-
we did
on-
like a little radio thing together one time, just like a joke. We just recorded just one night. We had the house to ourselves, and Mrs. was out, so we're like, oh yeah, we can be loud as we want. So we're just yelling into the
boys,
microphone.
boys.
You know, we were a little bit drunk, a little bit fired up. We're like, yeah, let's do a radio show. Started yelling in some stuff, doing a piss take.
Fruity Loops, just tracking in Fruity Loops.
Just tracking in Fruity Loops, and ended up putting a little clip together, like 4 minute long or something, just as a concept
Pretend
for
radio
ourselves.
station.
Like
yeah.
a pretend radio station, full ads, everything.
Chris Brown and Rihanna join us in the studio. After
like-
this traffic break.
Can we pull some of this up and
No,
play some?
not at the moment. No.
It's,
But you can pull up Fight of the Week and have a
you
look
can,
at
you
that.
can pull up Fight of the Week, yeah.
Because that turned into Fight
But
of
the
the Week.
concept of Fight of the Week was one of the little bits we did in that skit was Marty and Marty, don't get them mixed up. It's like Marty and
There's
Marty
two
in the morning.
Martys,
It's
yeah.
like there's 2 Martys, and just like don't get them mixed up is their whole like stick for their radio show. So they're like
It's two Martys. yeah,
just
in
2
the morning.
Martys, you know. So they call someone up. He's just like, oh, we're giving $100 to anyone named Michael, and it's just like, oh yeah.
So if you go to
You know, my name is Michael.
fightoftheweek.com.
Yeah, fightoftheweek.com.
So you actually got that URL.
Yeah, of course, man. Like,
Yeah.
look,
Wait, go on part of the week.
good jokes aren't free, man. That's the thing.
Good jokes aren't
Good
free,
jokes
that's
aren't
it.
free. Like, the funniest stuff you have to pay for perpetually
Marty,
until the
Fight
end
of
of
the
time.
Week.
Fightoftheweek.com, and it'll take
You can also go to fightoftheweek.com.
But no, that's it there. That is it there.
That is it there, but you can also go to
58 episodes.
It's just the easy way, yeah. And so,
these,
this is
so these videos are all yeah, you go.
so these videos are all automated, you know. I get sent a voice clip, which is a fight. Generally, it's a friend of mine.
Usually Corey. shout
Usually
out.
Corey.
I hope it's a friend of yours.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one time.
Well, we do,
Couple
we
times
do have
it
a
wasn't,
submission. Yeah,
but
we do have a submission.
We've got a submission line open,
Yeah,
so if
it's
you
an actual
record your
submission
fight,
line.
send it to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this was just a silly idea I had. I was like, I
We
could
thought it
make,
was so funny.
I could code, you know, through Python like this automated video editing sort of like a pipeline, where I sat back and I thought about it. I'm like, how the hell could I do this? I just want to put a single WAV file into a folder and double click a script and sit back, walk away, go make a coffee or whatever, and
Yeah.
come back and it be done. And that's the point where it's at now, where it'll take the fight, it'll add the reverb to it, because the second half of the, like you just watch this now, it will show you.
yeah.
Like,
Just watch from the start. Yeah, go from the start.
just listen to the audio design as well. The audio is on point. So, there you go, and it adds the video in the middle.
Adds a bit of
Little bit of
reverb.
reverb.
That's it.
Bam, and then it puts the end video on the end there. So that takes me about a total of 5 minutes of effort a week.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why I do it, you know, because it's no effort at all, man. And yeah, there's like 50 something episodes now, so
Yeah, this has been going for a
That's-
year now.
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, every week.
time flies, man.
That's a classic.
So that's Jordan's voice, yeah, and then me.
That's every video is exactly the same, just different fart, and there might be a different voice line in the middle. We've got
Yeah,
like
that's it. A
few
couple
different
different
voices.
voice lines.
That's so nuts.
One more.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
more, one more.
Go
one
for
more.
it, man.
Yeah.
There's enough of them, man. Favorite one, episode 18, I think.
18.
Yeah,
Episode 18, you reckon?
Yeah.
Create a favourite.
Yeah, there's a low quality one.
I'm talking about Corey's. He really holds on to it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so,
Just
so yeah, I mean,
shocker.
Good jokes take time. They take effort.
That's
you know?
scared.
But you
Our
try-
plan
you
is
try and
essentially with
streamline
this,
that
right?
shit.
Our plan with this is essentially one day someone like Charlie or like Penguins, you know, like Most Critical, Asmongold or whatever, sees this and reacts
Yeah,
to
that's
it on
it.
stream.
Find our channel. Watch all 50
Watch it.
videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch all 50. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Oh, this is a special, guys.
yeah the special, yeah, the 1 year special.
That's Peter's voice. Is this one a joke? There you go. That was Corey's one.
That was Corey. Yeah.
Shout out Corey.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had multiple attempts at this one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real. And if you really want to listen to it, reverb.
The reverb sends me every time. Like,
Now once a week, when I have to do this, it becomes funny again, man. Like, that's why it's been. Listen to that shit, dude.
That's amazing. It takes you 5 minutes and you're up to episode
Yeah, the
54.
longest thing, honestly, is making the thumbnail every week, and that takes me like 2 minutes.
The comments are just going off. People want to hear what the next week's fart's gonna be.
Oh yeah, send it in.
send
them
it in, boys.
Yeah.
Fight of the what is it? A fight of the week at
Fight of the
fishing.net.
week.
Chris,
Fightoftheweek.com.
great.
Head there.
Whoever got 2 billion rules. So true.
I'm gonna go.
Are you going to piss
Yeah,
again?
Yeah. Give me 2 minutes.
Damn.
So
are you
what-
about to record next week's part of the week?
Yeah, I think so. No, the
I
rule is
I've
no
never
toilets.
Done one. I've never done one personally.
Is that
so
because
you gotta
that's-
send them in?
As
Yeah.
a conflict of interest.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
When we aren't allowed to be
Someone
fight of the
wants
week.
to parody a burp of the week. We won't do it. That's too lowbrow.
So what else do you guys do then?
I mean, I do a little bit of painting miniatures and artistic stuff on the side.
Yep.
We but mostly just play video games, hang out.
Mm.
We both love our one wheels. I don't know if you guys know what one wheels are.
No,
That's-
what the
Yeah,
fuck's one wheel?
let's have a
Heard of
good one.
one wheel.
Although we do have this.
Yeah.
Yeah, boys.
So yeah,
So that's the way.
It's
yeah.
me and
Sponsors-
Isaac's
we have a new
dream.
sponsor of the
It's-
pod. Fuck, that's so good.
it's me and Isaac's dream to have our own radio show. So if any radio producers out there looking to hire, hit me and Isaac up. Yeah, easy.
So what are you talking about? One wheel?
One wheel. Yeah. So it's
Have you ever thought about like making your own radio show though, or like your own podcast or
we
anything?
actually have thought a little bit about a podcast, which is still work in progress at the moment. Yeah, it's a self-balancing.
Oh, yeah, this
Single
thing's
wheel
so
boy.
fun. I nearly killed myself with Blossom on this. I was pretty drunk.
I broke my arm the second or third time I ever rode it. I fractured my arm all the way.
Really?
Yeah, I literally cannot stop. I literally could not stop. As soon as I broke my arm, I was like, I cannot wait to get back on
Is
it.
your broken arm?
And this is my
Is it
broken
broken arm? Can I like shake it? Yes.
arm. And yeah, it was so that was really
Oh, you're
good.
talking about the wheels.
And what was I just saying before? It was
Look, man, they're awesome.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah, and-
they're not cheap, but they're great.
amazing.
Yeah.
And for ourselves, we've thought about doing a bit of a gaming podcast actually. We're just getting all of our like topics and everything laid out for our first episode. Isaac's actually been working on a funny little AI thing, like a little. I didn't say AI. It's like
an assist. It's
like
like an
a-
assistant. I was showing you earlier. It's a
Yeah.
little Scooby Doo.
But it's like basically
that you can
like
talk to, like
one of the
mid-game.
podcasts that I watch.
Yeah.
What they do to have clarity on their thing, because it's like they use it's like a Warhammer podcast or whatever, and to make so you can tell who's talking. They've got a little avatar in each corner that lights up as they talk, and each person's avatar will take turns lighting up.
It's
as they're
like
talking. So you
VTubing,
can-
but like that's.
so you but it's like a really simple version. So
We
you
want a
can tell-
really simple.
like a really
'cause, yeah.
simplified version of it. It's like you can tell that Isaac's talking, tell that I'm talking. So we have like a little.
Because we don't really go on video, like even us doing this at the moment. It's like
Yeah.
we don't do shit like this.
This is
you know,
like
we
the
never
first
go
time
on
I've been
video. You know?
like this actually, yeah.
Yeah.
You got the face for radio, eh?
Yeah, well,
thanks
that's
for
it.
this. Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I think I got the voice for radio too.
Definitely have
with the fight of the week,
voice
yeah,
for radio.
definitely.
Fight of the week here in the mix.
But then, so
Cool.
where do you guys? Because we've only got 9 minutes left. Where do you guys want to take the music? Where do you want to go? With
Music. I mean, at the moment, like we've got an hour-long original set.
Like, we
if
just
you
wanna-
want to listen to something new and you want to book us, do it.
Yeah,
you
do
know?
it, man.
We're
Like,
willing to go
bring us
anywhere.
to
Like,
parties. We just love playing.
yeah,
Yeah.
just want to travel around and play our
we
music to
we
people.
literally
man.
just want to
Well, that's
play
it.
music.
Come
to people.
this Saturday, play at the house party.
Yeah,
right?
we will be.
We
Yeah,
will
that's
be
it.
there, and I'm actually. was actually painting my masquerade mask before I came here.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's
like,
gonna be
I'm like
good.
custom painting it myself because I was like, Audrey, my fiance, shout out to you, Beb, love you. She got it for me and I had a look at it. I was like, actually, I'm gonna repaint this
Gonna
and do
paint
it in,
it,
like
yeah.
full trim. I'm gonna like
It's a masquerade party, is it? Oh, so I got to get a mask.
Oh, well, I've got spare masks.
We've got a spare one
Okay,
as well
cool.
if you need it too.
Well, I'll forget about it then.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it when I get here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was quite fun. So yeah, that should be good fun. And yeah, like we said, if we're hoping to play at a New Year's Eve party as well.
Yeah, hopefully. If we get it, we get it. If
Hopefully we get one.
but,
If
yeah.
not, yeah, whatever. We'll find someone else's party.
That's it.
Try and find a little house party to play at or something. But
It's like,
it's more
yeah,
so-
it's a very experimental sort of genre, but, you know, I think we still...
Well,
we
you
can
never
keep
know,
people
like-
dancing for an hour, and I think that's a special thing. Especially if
That's it,
it's
yeah.
music you haven't heard, you know.
Yeah.
We're not like your typical DJ set,
nah,
you know.
it's something different. You know, it's something that's been thought about and carefully crafted.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like,
we
for
put
instance, like,
all our love
before
in,
Rain Dance. I
obviously,
spent
yeah.
unironically an entire month live streaming myself practicing to my friends in Discord, mixing the set over and over and over again, just like changing little things, doing little bits here, like adjusting levels, like gaining a little bit.
Because like you said, when you've
really
got a whole lot
small,
of
like, yeah.
when you've got a whole lot of tracks, man, you've got a lot of options.
Yeah.
You know, so like you use one song, one spot sounds great, you can't use it in another spot.
Yeah, you
you
can't
know,
use it in
so
another spot, yeah. And we've got
we
about...
try to sample old
we've
songs of
got
ours as
about
well, because
30,
like
40, yeah.
people that know, they'll hear it and they'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that. You know,
Yeah,
this
so I
track.
like to sample a little bit of our old stuff in with our new stuff, just to kind of throw back a little bit. But we've also been talking recently about remastering some of our older tracks, or just repurposing bits from that and that we really like, and I can use that as like a interest layer, I would say, over the top. So it's not ever going to be a
Yeah.
song. It's just something additional to add in to a track, which can add
Yeah.
interest in between a transition or something.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
It's
yeah, yeah.
So like
very
your
cool,
vocal
though.
layer, you can sort of chop up over the top or whatever, but we do it with an old track, and we'll just cut the bass out. 'cause
Yeah, I'll
it
just,
probably
like,
sounds like crap.
Cut out the bass and then just use the mids and the highs to add an
little
extra melody.
transients, yeah.
Because the other old song that we're playing's got really good bass, but we didn't write much of a melody for it, so it's a bit boring
Yeah.
listening to it for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, and even though it's only a minute, that 1 minute section to
Yeah.
me feels like the world when I'm listening to it. Like that to me is it is like an entire eternity
Yeah.
when I'm thinking about it and listening to it. So I try to make things interesting
Yeah. And the multi-genre stuff as well. I mean, we've got maybe three, four
Yeah.
tracks, like drum and bass tracks that we're pretty happy with.
yeah, fairly happy with. Yeah, they're pretty,
But
they're
we
pretty good.
we just don't have an avenue to release it without us really changing up our
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
at the moment. Because like
'Cause the set's
I'm
not
still
right.
happy to release through Pulp Glitch, and definitely because they're great.
Yeah, they're great dudes.
Um,
100%. Yeah.
But I don't know, like, do we create a new alias for our drum and bass, or is everybody's making
And,
drum
like,
and
I don't
bass
really
these
want-
days?
See, that's what's so
Maybe we
silly
can.
as
like, I don't
well,
really
right?
want to do
Dead
that.
Mouse is making drum and bass, like just
Yeah.
you know,
Well, if
maybe
Dead
we
Mouse
just
making
release
drum
it.
bass, it's going to blow up.
Exactly.
It will blow
Well, in the
up, yeah.
States, it's definitely happening.
Yeah,
That's
it's
sort
already
of
been
why
happening
we're
for a
like
while,
we're
yeah.
half committed to it, because it
Yeah.
is blowing up in the States at the moment.
And
That's
then the
really
hard part is
where
that-
you want to get.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen it recently as well on TikTok, but everyone's been doing. I've been seeing a lot of videos lately. Because when we're talking about DJing again and stuff, obviously your phone's been listening and it's heard I'm talking about DJing again, and then it's showing me a bunch of like learn how to DJ videos. So I was like, that's kind of
True.
funny. So I love to look at these videos to see if there's anything in there. Like, is there any information I can get out of this that's actually good? And
Yeah.
a trend that I noticed a lot of DJ teachers will do is they do like a drum and bass to house transition video, and it's like
Yeah.
they're like, this is how
See,
you
that's all-
transition from house to drum
If
and
you,
bass.
if
That's
you
all
like club
silly, though.
DJing, but
And
like,
it's like-
no one.
Yeah, no, so that's
I
the
like
thing
that
from
to me is like, and like you can hear
Yeah.
what they're doing, and it sounds good. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but-
cool, but like it's just like it's
But if
such a
you're going from-
jarring transition.
Exactly, and that's the thing about it.
for like anyone who's actually listening, and you're just like, oh, like,
yeah,
dude,
so
you're
for me,
kidding.
being an open format DJ and playing
Yeah.
literally everything, I will play drum bass. I will do
Yeah.
this. I will do
Yeah.
that. I will
Yeah,
play
yeah.
house.
And it's
That's
cool
cool.
that people can do it so stylishly, but
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's like when you do drum bass, right, and it's 172, and
Yeah.
you half it, right, then you go down to what 86,
86, yeah.
right, and so when you do 86, hip hop is around the same area,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can go from drum bass into hip hop really smoothly and really
Yeah,
easily.
it works. It's perfect.
Yeah, because all you're doing is just half timing it. You're not literally just going like boom, 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 like straight into it, but
Yeah.
you get drum and bass that goes into halftime drum bass.
and then you slowly creep that up to whatever.
and then you
wanna,
build that
yeah.
back up to like
Yeah.
disco,
And
and
you
you
can
build that
double
up to
time,
everything
yeah.
else. Like,
yeah, exactly.
you know,
Like
you build
going-
up to 90, 100,
Yeah.
110, and then 120 again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doing those
But-
transitions though, and like I said, it is very, and like impressive seeing it because I was like, oh, I see what they did. That's pretty cool. I used to do that shit as well. I remember like people ask me like, can you mix drum and bass in house?
Almost.
And then like people would ask me like, can you mix drum and bass in house? I'm like, yeah, I can, but I don't want to. Yeah, it sounds shit.
It does.
And they'd be like, oh, well, show me, and I'd show them. I'm like, this is how you do it. It's perfectly in line. It's perfectly synced beat. Everything's all good.
Filters and reverb, man.
It's just like
filters and reverb. Yeah.
The only real way to do it is to get a song that ends on like a transient, like whoosh kind of noise,
filter
and then like
and
go into another song that starts with a transient with zero drum beat on it, so that your brain, like an ambient kind of like a transient noise of just like kind of noise, and then you swap to another song without a drum beat, and then the drum and bass drum beat kicks in. While everyone's forgotten that they were just listening to house music 20 seconds ago because they've been listening to some weird ambient like airy-fairy flow noise.
We have been thinking about it because we've got to go from 131 to drum and bass speed, but I think that's gonna be.
I think it sounds better going up, but I don't think it sounds good going down.
Gonna be a
it's always better
project.
going up, but not going down.
It never sounds good going down because just the energy swap is too jarring.
That's it.
I mean, like, and as much as the average punter doesn't care, like.
It's obvious.
Even like to the average person who knows what they're listening to, like I don't want to put.
But see, like a good example. So when we've got to wrap it up. But whenever I go out and play out and about, right, and I'm playing like 140 or 130 or 120 or whatever it is, right, and then some girl can't request bloody 50 Cent or something like that. So I will play 50 Cent, but I won't play it next. I'll play 4 or 5 songs and work my way into it. But at the same time, I might just go up to 170 and then half it. And then play 2 hip hop songs, and then play 50 Cent.
And go back into go back to drum and bass.
How we used to do it because we played at Matches. It was a club. Like we had a residency there.
I did. For a little
while.
bit. Matches nightclub is like
cool.
It's now the Tiki. It's one
upstairs
of the Tiki
next
upstairs
to
next
Connection,
to
right?
Connection. No, upstairs next to not Connie's, the other one.
Yeah. So Tiki is fuck. Yeah,
Tiki's fuck. That's the one. Yeah, Tiki's fuck. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It used to be called Matches. It was like a little bar.
Yeah, that's right. It's Tiki now.
A little thing there, but a lot of what I did there was mostly I was mostly doing like swing hop and things like that because that was, I guess, a bit more.
What was cool at the time?
I wasn't playing LASRHORS stuff because
But I mean, even back in those days,
then.
like if we wanted to switch genre, you just change song. Like nobody cares. Like,
I just kind of I didn't think about it too much. Usually I'd go, like I said, they'd go for like a transient or ambient feel noise. I'd wait till I get no drum beats, and you just like loop it a little bit so it does something, and then you just bring the other song in, bring their drums in, and then just go from there.
That's it. Yeah, we'll get to a multi-genre place eventually, but.
All right, so just one last thing. So how does a horse operate a laser?
Yeah.
How does a horse operate a laser? I got to put those.
We got to.
If you look on the SoundCloud, I think we've got a picture of like I paid a guy in Fiverr to draw an actual laser horse.
Yeah, laser.
It looks.
But technically, you drew the horse with more of a plasma cannon on its head than, like, in my eyes, like as a sci-fi nerd. That wasn't a laser; it was a plasma cannon.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's not a laser technically, like so.
So I never pushed anything like the graphic too far. It was cool, but
No, the laser's out of its eyes. It shoots the lasers out of its eyes.
That's it, like Superman horse.
It's got like Superman horse.
Yeah, that's it. We didn't really think about it too much. Just a horse with lasers coming out of its eyes, man.
That was I'm pretty sure the original image I drew, original promo image was a picture of MS Paint.
We don't think about it too much, man. We don't think about song names, album names, anything like that. We just get to the meat of it. Yeah, that's it, bro.
Make music, get it out.
That's why social media has been such a change for us. We're trying to put ourselves out there.
We're not big social media people generally.
We're trying to inject our personality into the music a little bit because I mean we make the videos, but we just don't make them about ourselves. So we've been doing that a little bit more.
We've been trying to make more self
on our Instagram, actually having our faces on it, because we're trying to get out there again. Yeah. And we're not that great at it, and I never gave a shit about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Get wrecked, you. All right, we've got to wrap it up because we've hit 2 hours.
It doesn't make sense. But
all right, shout out, boys.
Shout out to the boys. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Let's go stream.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And
guys.
if you ever want to come on, just message the page and we'll sort something out.
That's it, Chris. Message
Chris Sheox, get your butt on here. Get your butt on here. And and also we do have to do this real quick. Plug the Barely Touched Him podcast. Best
Barely
footy
Touched Him
podcast.
podcast. That's it. Yeah.
Best footy podcast out.
That's Corey's footy
that's what it was.
podcast.
Okay, footy podcast.
touched him.
That's it.
Barely touched him. Yeah.
All right.
You love footy?
Yeah.
That's it.
Groundbreaking, spine
Support
tingling.
local. Support
If you
local.
love
Yeah.
footy, you're gonna love this podcast.
You're gonna
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
If you like footy,
Yeah.
you're gonna like this.
You better like it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, then tell Corey and he'll change it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And send us some fights. Yeah.
Yeah, and send us fights. Fightoftheweek.com.
Yeah.
Do it. Send us a
That's
fight
it,
today.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, follow our Instagram because we're trying to put funny shit up on
Yeah,
that.
we're trying to
That's-
put some
He's
fun
gonna
stuff.
put
It's
the
a hybrid of
fireworks,
both worlds, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
It's
it.
hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Before we go, let me just quickly plug this Instagram. So it's the first time I'm hearing about this Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah.
Instagram.com.
Instagram. What's that? What's that called?
Ah, so it's a funny
Laser
little.
Horse.
Yeah, it should be just be Laser Horse. Yeah.
Oh, this is bullshit.
Did you spell it right?
I think so.
Don't you have to do it at Laser Horse to?
No.
I don't know how Instagram.
Oh, there it
works.
is.
Yeah,
there you go.
it is.
So the full name is
There
the
we go.
Incredible Laser Horse
Yeah.
Experience.
Our full stage name is the Incredible Laser Horse
All
Experience.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. I've already followed you. Fucking rude as shit. Yeah. So if you scroll down, you see like we're trying to put ourselves out there, you know, a little bit more, you know. It's me and Jordan, just so you get the humor. Yeah. It's good hybrid. Yeah. Sneaking the flask in.
Yeah, sneaking the flask in. Yeah.
This shot. So thanks, Audrey, for getting the camera
yeah.
ready on the way
Cheers-
out
yeah,
of
cheers
the
to Oz.
haunted house. And then you see the next one of us. Yeah, that second
this
one
one's
along.
good, yeah.
This one's funny.
Yeah, the Laser Horse Guerrilla Marketing.
Guerrilla marketing, baby. So this is another track of ours, yeah. This one's Strange Ways. This one, I think, yeah, really got us into it.
Yeah.
Wanted to go serious.
That's
There
a
you go.
fucking good song.
I think I'll get you guys to come play a gig at soon as well,
Yeah.
because our mascot is a horse, so
Ah,
Yeah, really.
sick.
it's a unicorn. So
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We don't have song
That's
names.
our literal song thing.
Yeah, you like that? That's actually a lie. One of them I'm so about. I don't know. 4-track probably good enough. Because it's just
I
the
like
swag,
them
man.
all.
We can't
Yeah,
put in
just the
something
swag.
that's not just
Yeah.
the swag. So if I'm
It's
feeling iffy about it, I can't put it in there. So
Yeah.
it's probably going to be a 4-track.
So yeah, that's what we've been trying to do lately a bit as well. Just put ourselves in our content.
Look out
Make
for
it-
that though.
make it
This
fun.
month.
Mm.
This month.
Yep. All right. Well, cheers, guys.
No,
Yeah,
worries.
cool.
Thanks for
And
having us on,
Yeah,
Alex.
damn.
Yeah.
Glad you guys had fun.
Yeah,
We did.
thanks for
Sick.
watching stream.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, cheers.
And we will see you guys next week with
Maybe we'll bring the camera and record it. Chuck it up on the Laser Horse
yeah, that'd be
page.
with Blake Lane.
Blake Lane. Ooh.
Yep.
Blake
Yeah,
Lane.
Blake
Check him
Lane's
out.
coming
Yeah,
out, yeah.
friend of the stream.
Yep, that's friend of the stream.
I've been waiting a while to say that one. Yeah.
Really?
Friend of the
Friend of the
Friend of
stream.
the stream,
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
God. Okay.
All right. Well, cheers, guys.
Yeah,
and we'll
cool,
see you
boys.
guys next week, Monday.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet as.
Catches.